Okay, we're live. We are live, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touchdown, Cashion. Why are you calling me?
Check 1, 2. Beautiful day here in Watonga, Oklahoma.
Six 4-1-7388. Go Wildcats! Cashion Shape Up Fitness is locally owned and operated with no contracts or sign-up fees. Our rates start at only $30 per month, and we have tanning available. Everything you need to work on your health and fitness. So contact Amber Lee to sign up today, 405-538-8248. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Cashion Shape Up Fitness.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain & Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Have a pest problem? Call Rural Pest Solutions today. We offer as-needed services as well as a variety of treatment schedules. We're family-owned and operated, and we specialize in treating life's smallest problems: spiders, ants, roaches, termites, mice, and more. For both residential and commercial, we're ready to solve your pest problems today. So call Rural Pest Solutions in Cashion, 405-238-6565. Proud supporter of Wildcat athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success, brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
Coach, orange to orange.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC. Christy Perry is a Cashion-based attorney providing clients in Oklahoma with trusted, experienced legal counsel regarding wills and trusts, bankruptcy, and other areas of law. Flexible scheduling is available to discuss your options, and your first consultation is free. If you need assistance regarding a legal matter, call your local Oklahoma licensed attorney, Christy Perry, at 918-373-0882.
Hey, it's Chris here. The Cashion Wildcats have a legacy of success. Hard work and being prepared is how that legacy is protected. Home, auto, business, or life, the agents at Gibson Legacy Insurance will do the hard work to make sure you are prepared and your legacy is protected. Call or text me today at 405-283-3947 for your free insurance quotes. Go Wildcats!
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
We are your soundtrack for Watonga. and we back. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back, and we and we back, and we back, and we back. Hey, this ain't no edge.
Gateway Realty is a mother-daughter team that has a heart for small-town life. Both Anita and Kelly were born and raised in Cashion and are still raising their families here. Their family homesteaded in Cashion in 1908, and it's been home ever since. Anita and Kelly know this town, love this town, and would love to help make this your home too. For a friendly face and trustworthy knowledge, call these hometown girls at 405-641-7388. Go Wildcats! Cashion Shape Up Fitness is locally owned and operated with no contracts or sign-up fees. Our rates start at only $30 per month, and we have tanning available. Everything you need to work on your health and fitness. So contact Amber Lee to sign up today, 405-538-8248. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Cashion Shape Up Fitness.
Here with Watonga, we're your source for the best music.
And we're looking live here in Watonga. Nima's got the camera down, the wireless camera down on the field, walking around looking at a little bit of the warm-up. Had some of the fans that are out early. And we will be starting our pregame show at about 6:30. So get on, get ready, and get ready for a wonderful night of football here in Watonga, Oklahoma.
century. Doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it strong from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess any superhero haters sing music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Broken, the school's closed, the prison's open. We ain't got nothing to lose. Everybody we roll. Everybody we roll. With some light-skinned girls and some Kelly Rolls. In this white man world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cool world. I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning. This is way too much. I need a moment. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking. I just count the hours. Stop tripping. I'm tripping off the power. Healing that the world's ours. Reality is catching up with me. Taking my inner child, I'm fighting for custody. With these responsibilities that they entrusted me. As I look down at my diamond and crushed to peace, thinking no one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the powder.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Have a pest problem? Call Rural Pest Solutions today. We offer as-needed services as well as a variety of treatment schedules. We're family-owned and operated, and we specialize in treating life's smallest problems: spiders, ants, roaches, termites, mice, and more. For both residential and commercial, we're ready to solve your pest problems today. So call Rural Pest Solutions in Cashion. 405-238-6565.
Tony's going to come
Proud
up here in a
supporter
sec,
of
so
Wildcat athletes.
we're at 6:31. Check, check. All right, welcome to Watonga, Oklahoma, Week 5 action. We made it to Week 5, Chris, and we're so excited to be here. I'm Neiman Abavi. It's my partner in crime, best color man in the biz, Chris Gibson, here on a beautiful night on a Friday night here in Watonga, Oklahoma, as you're ranked, we'll call it number 1 Cashion Wildcats. With us,
number 1 in our hearts.
Number 1, always right? Number 1 in our hearts, but certainly.
Is my yeah? Here we go. I'm on. Here we go.
So we are here to cover the number 1 Cashion Wildcats, sitting at 4-0. Huge win over Thomas last week, taking on the Watonga Eagles here in Watonga, Oklahoma. First game of district play here, new alignments, and we're certainly glad and happy to be here. Chris, first thoughts? You know, we're sitting here. At least we got air conditioning again. We're in a good space, good spot, thanks to the Watonga folks here. But we're gonna have a good one here, and first night of district play is always a special night.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Watonga, and there's plenty of sunshine, a little bit of wind, but man, you couldn't ask for a better evening for some football in Oklahoma.
Yeah, absolutely. So joining us already, we got the defensive coordinator extraordinaire, Coach Wood. He's joining us up in the booth. We're going to have a couple seconds. So, you know, a typical order for us is a little bit about the night, tips on the game, but we are extremely happy to have Coach Wood join us up here on a beautiful night. It's a nice night here for district play.
Perfect. It's perfect tonight. Perfect night.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Wood, we're glad that you're up here. We have been bragging about your defense, and we'll knock on every sort of wood, and we know you're going to have a bunch of humble pie up here. You're going to be quiet
Coach
about
talk.
that. Coach talk. That's exactly right. But we certainly have seen some great stuff coming from your Cashion defense. I'm going to pull up some year-to-date totals, but right now, I mean, your philosophy stayed the same. It's 3-4. Today we'll see a little bit something different, maybe a 3-3-5. Yep. But what's been the catalyst, or what's been the unique thing about this year's defense, maybe versus some of the other previous years?
Well, I said this. We talked about this Saturday and Sundays. I think this is probably, and nothing against any teams that we've had in the past. Last year we were really good too, but I think overall just the physicalness this year. We've got a bunch of dudes that aren't scared to hit you, and you know, that always hasn't been the case in the past. We've had a handful of kids, but this year, I mean, you look out there on defense and you say, who's not going to hit you if you're in a fight, and so you know, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, and you know, we're running to the football well. And just got a lot of guys that just want to be in on the tackle. And I just said it out there, those guys, and they take it to heart, is go have fun. We never know. You never know day to day. We just don't know when it's going to be taken away from us. And so just go have fun. And the only way we can have fun is going to be physical and just going to play smash mouth.
So we talk all the time. I think Camden Maroney is a great example of someone who is just a football player. Yep. Can you coach toughness? Can you coach this ability to really, you know, play with your hair on fire and with no regard to your own personal health or body?
Right. Well, I mean, I think that we do. I think we do a good job of motivating those kids, but a lot of that just burns inside of you, man. You know, and those kid like Camden, I mean, he's a winner. He just wants to win, and so. You know, you love coaching those kids because it makes you look better. But no, you know, we motivate and we talk to them and we try to we try to get them going, but a lot of it's just your own inner fire, man. And it's awesome to watch those type of kids have success, because you know that they're undersized. You know he shouldn't be playing nose guard, you know.
But he does, and he does it well.
And he does it well. I mean, he came off the other night against Thomas. Is like, Coach, that center can't block me. He can't block me. He can't block me. And I was like, I know. You got to choke your motor down a little bit though. But anyway, so you know, it's a combination of the two, I think.
I love it. I love it. So we're taking a look at some season totals thus far. We've played 4 games, and if you take a look on the defensive side, you know, holding opponents to around 120 yards a game. 34 yards passing, 86 yards rushing. I'm not sure if you've seen these stats or not.
No, not totals.
Again, just phenomenal. About 3 yards per play on average, and really, you know, we won't beef on the JV, but you know, you've allowed a couple of scores on the JV side, ultimately through a running clock in the second half, et cetera, and with the first and second team units out there doing a great job. Anything that kind of stands out to you from a statistic standpoint, or what are some of your goals, I should say? Maybe is there a specific metric that you're looking at now and moving forward in the district play that you want to keep your eye on with this defense?
Well, anytime that you average less than 100 yards rushing, you know, that's and either side of rushing or passing. I mean, that's good. The points, obviously, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many yards a guy put up on you, as long as it's 0 or 7, or you know, that's about the only thing we like to give up. But those are some things that, you know, as far as averages go, you know, and then first. How many yards on first down? I don't think that's on there, but
no.
But you know, how many yards per play is 3.3? I mean, that's you know, if my math is right. I mean, that's you know, that's pretty good as far as getting to 4 downs. But anyway, so those things are what we look at. You know, obviously we'd like to have a few more turnovers per game. I don't think we had one last week.
No, we didn't. We're plus 4 on the year, though.
Yeah, no, and that's good. But in those big games against those big opponents, you know, you want to try to get the ball out a little bit more. But you know, we'll take a 7-point.
Absolutely.
That, so.
We always talk about Charlie Robinson's steak shutout. So before we let you go, I did want to cut over. We do have some season totals on the individual side. I know it's always team over player, always, but certainly a couple of guys that have stood out. We know about Caden Harrell, but and we've seen Jacob Farrow. The Farrow name is synonymous with hard hitting.
Yep.
He's leading the team in tackles with 30. He's had 2 fumbles, an interception. He's been a wrecking ball on special teams on kickoff. What can you say about Jacob Farrow thus far this season?
Jacob's a legit, you know, player of the year kind of candidate. He just does it all for us. He can cover a little bit, you know. He can play. He can play in space. You know, that people don't understand how hard it is to tackle somebody in space. He can play in space. He can play up on the line of scrimmage and put his hands on a tackle. He's very hard to block. He's a wrecking ball when we bring him off the edge, and and Nick the same way last week. I mean, we worked on our blitzes last week because we felt like against Minka we were jumping off sides a little too much. So we worked on a few things and tweaked a few things, and they really bought into it and really did a good job last week of coming off the edge and doing those things. But no, Jacob he's a football player, and his brother was good. And Jacob, just like I said, he loves the physical part of the game, and that's why, alluding back to earlier, I mean, him and Caden and Nick and Mason and Brexton, those guys and those defensive linemen, they just love the physicalness.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not every year that you get all those guys loving that.
Well, we've loved it. I've run out of breath yelling and cheering for Jacob Farrow and calling his hits. Yeah, it's nuts. You guys probably as a coaches maybe check in every once in a while, turn the volume down. But Jacob Farrow and the group is so fun to watch. So last question for you here.
Okay.
So when we look at and we won't necessarily talk about Watonga. So you know we're pregame. So we'll let you go run that. We'll talk about post.
We got to stop the option game. Yeah. I mean, that's tonight. I mean, that's
the number one key.
That's the number one key. We talked about it all week. Now the next few 5-6 games, we got to find something to get better on. Got to find something that they do really well. That they basically, if we think if we can stop their option game, we can shut them out.
Okay.
Or shut them down. Essentially.
We'll look for it. You in terms of layers and levels, and I don't want you giving bulletin board material to anyone, but if you think about our front 3 or our front 7 and or back 8, however you want to look at it,
yeah.
we you know, is there one group that's just that is the anchor of the defense, or is it based on each of the competition that you face?
Well, I mean, I think it's that front seven. I mean, and not taking anything away from the back end by any means, but those front seven, if you can, it's going to be really hard to get past those guys. And our, like I said, our secondary is doing a really good job, and we've made some adjustments last week, and we're going to carry those forward this week and see what it looks like. But as far as just like those front seven guys, front eight guys, good luck getting past them, and so that's kind of we're going to hold our hat on that. And we think that those guys are pretty special. So.
All right. Well, we love it. So no predictions. We won't have you any predictions.
No,
Chris, before we let Coach Wood go, anything from your end?
No, man. I mean, you were talking about Jacob Farrell. The one thing that stands out to me is how it seems like nobody blocks him on special teams.
Well, do you want to block him? I mean, if that train's coming down the tracks, are you sticking out? Are you jumping out there and tangling with it?
Point taken.
No, that's fun to watch, and it brings another aspect of something that's exciting to our game. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're really good offensively. We've been pretty good defensively, and so yeah.
One other thing I'd like to say is what I like to see when you're out there coaching, and it's our JV gets in there. You take pride in that JV part of the game, just like you do the varsity. Kind of is that kind of you want to give those kids that coaching opportunity, or is it just because you have that fire for the game?
Well, it's a combination of different things. Obviously we want the shutout.
Right.
Number two, that's our future.
Yes, sir.
And number three, it's just wanting to win, wanting to see these kids be successful. And Coach Cochran does a good job of that. Coach Archer, we do a good job of that, trying to make sure that we're coaching those kids, no matter who's in the game, at what point in the game, just finish, and whoever's in the game. If it's the starters, if it's the JV, if it's the freshmen.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed, and I know other fans of Cashion see that and they appreciate the heck out of it.
Heck yeah. So Coach Wood, we have been bragging about your defense all year. We really have. We've talked about you. You may have watched or seen, but we've absolutely been so impressed with this defense. It clearly is going to be a key component of another state title opportunity for us, and we're so blessed to have you. So thanks so much for joining us, Coach Wood.
Like I said, always a pleasure to talk to you guys, and thanks for what you do for us, man.
Well, good luck. Best of luck tonight.
Right,
we'll see you later.
Appreciate it.
That's Coach Wood, Tony Wood, man with the plan. He's got all the stars aligned for him on the defensive side. Does an amazing job. We'll be looking for another shutout tonight against Watonga. You heard it. The option play will be the key, and I know Chris will certainly touch on that here. Chris, you want to go ahead and jump into thoughts about today's game as we break down the Watonga Eagles?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, kind of the one thing I wanted to point out about Watonga is they're coming off a loss in a battle against Minko last week. Minko kind of got up on them early, and then Watonga kind of dug a hole. Shot themselves in the foot a few times, and then they kind of made a little comeback in that second half. Their quarterback started making some good plays in that second half, started making some completions, and wound up only losing by a touchdown when they were down 20-6, I think, in that first half.
Yep.
So they made a good comeback, and they're kind of rolling, and they want I think they feel like they probably should have won that game if they would have came out and played in the first half like they did in the second half. So they're coming out here with some momentum, maybe a little moxie, saying, "Hey, we found something." But when you come out here and you get on the same field with the Cashion Wildcats, I mean, we'll just see kind of what happens that first snap. But that's one thing that I kind of was wanting to see if they can carry some of that momentum into this game and see if they're because last year Watonga, I think, was one of the only teams that ever had a lead on us at all.
They did, yeah. It was on a pick six, too.
Yeah, and so that right there, they've got some good players. They have a lot of players back, and like he was talking about, the quarterback and their option play, if they can get that rolling, that could be a little bit dangerous for the Cashion Wildcats. Defensively, they kind of run like a 4-2-5, just kind of have those two linebackers and then work some of their secondary up. And the key to their defense is their secondary is going to kind of have to make some good reads and be able to see, make some plays, not only in the backfield but coming up and making tackles. And that's kind of what they're going to live and die off of. And then on the offense, they, like I said, they run that wishbone kind of option, and then they'll spread you out and kind of use that physical quarterback. The players to watch for the Watonga Eagles, is number 8 on the offensive side, quarterback Joe Jackson. He's a junior. He was a running back last year, and they moved him over to quarterback, and they probably moved him over there because he's one of the best athletes that are going to be on the field. So just more times with the ball in his hand. He's a very athletic kid. He's got a great arm and a physical, smart runner. So the Cashion defense will need to be disciplined when they run the option because Jackson's very good at making those reads, pitches, fake pitches, turning it up, and going to score. So that kid right there, number 8, Joe Jackson, will be who you need to keep your eye on. On the defensive side of the ball, keep your eye on senior linebacker number 44, Joe Reinhardt. He had 87 tackles last year, and along with Joe Jackson, will be kind of the strength of that Eagle defense. So with that, that's kind of what we have to look forward to tonight against the Eagles. And like I said, they're a team that's going to come out here and they're going to play hard. And if you watched that game last week against Minko, even though they got down, those kids did not quit. They came back and gave them a game last week.
Absolutely. Coach Zach Maynard, his second year, I think, here at Watonga, I believe. Certainly, we'd only expect that, right? And we talked about Texas high school football, Oklahoma football. And certainly from a standpoint of just having pride. Everyone loves high school football around here. It's typically the situation scenario where no one's just going to roll out and expect to lose. We have pride in our community and pride in the opportunity to try to continue to get better. And certainly from Coach Maynard's perspective, I know we're going to get that from Watonga. So, hey, just to let you guys know, we are so blessed to be in this press box, but we're going to see a few folks walking back and forth saying hi. Don't worry about it. You guys kind of go with the flow with us as well. We're going to check to see if we're going to be having any type of to possibly a national anthem. But just to kind of break down last week's game, a big win over number 3 ranked Thomas. The Cashion Wildcats go out to win and go to 4-0 with a big 28-7 win. Ben Harmon, 14 for 18 for 267. 3 huge touchdowns, a couple of them to Lagasse, one to Lagasse and a couple to Mason Manning. Yes, that's right. Manning had 75 yards, Lagasse 109, and certainly Caden Harrell was able to chip in 60 on the ground with a huge score on 4th down and goal for us to go 14-0. Jacob Farrow had 10 tackles, another double-digit night for Jacob Farrow was just monstrous, and really as we had Coach Wood up here holding the Thomas offense, and Thomas is no slacker when it comes to high school football. They are legit. They are good. They just didn't look good against Cashion. Cashion was able to slow them down, held them to about 67 yards rushing, 185 yards total, well below their average, and certainly showed up to play on what was a senior night for the Cashion Wildcats. In terms of in terms of the midseason kind of totals, definitely want to make sure and give a shout out to a few guys. Ben Harmon has just been phenomenal this year. He's been throwing almost at 70%, already 1,100 yards passing, 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's also chipped in another 67 on the ground. He's had a pretty good year thus far, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's the thing is that they're just getting rolling, kind of getting comfortable, and we kind of talked about it on the way over here. Is last year, there was a couple of times that you felt like he kind of got flustered, but this year he's really been very good about looking, going down his progression, finding an open receiver, and not just trying to force it in.
Right.
Actually going through and finding that open guy, and it's paid off big time for him a couple of times.
Big time. And joining him, no surprise, the Moose is loose. Caden Harrell, the guy that as my friend Chris Gibson always says, you better make a business decision and get out of his way, and it's usually a good one. Caden Harrell's been great, 208 yards. The defenses have been keying on him this year. It's not by mistake from that standpoint, but still averaging almost a first down every time he touches the ball. He's got three rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving. I think as we start to look at how defenses are going to approach Cashion, you probably most likely continue to kind of focus on Caden Harrell, but he's doing yeoman's work, getting us in those big opportunities to score. And if you think about on the wide receiver side, it's been fantastic. It's been the Brexton Green show, 26 receptions, 532 through 4 games. Obviously, you can do the math. He's averaging over 100 yards a game. 6 receiving touchdowns, 3 rushing. Last week against Thomas, a good defense. They went ahead and they basically double-teamed him. We knew it was going to happen. Yep. And guess what? What did we see? It was the Lagasse Manning show last week against Thomas.
And that's the thing. When you have that kind of receivers behind Brexton Green, when somebody says, all right, we're going to stop Brexton, and then you have Lagasse and then Manning, and these guys, these other coaches are going, what do we do to stop this passing attack? Because, I mean, Manning made some moves last week that you're just like, that guy's legit number one right there.
Right, absolutely. And that's just the case, right? So it's almost pick your poison. If you're going to roll your safeties up, you're going to roll people up to stop the run. That's going to open up the zone, the space in the secondary. You double down on Brexton. That's going to leave single coverage over the top with Manning and Lagasse. And it was feast or famine for the Thomas Terriers last week on defense, and most of it was famine as the Cashion Wildcats put in quite a bit of yards and were able to move to 4-0 in the year. On the defensive side, we already talked about Coach Wood's group, again led by Jacob Farrow, who's just been an absolute monster on the outside with 30 tackles. Caden Harrell chipping in 19, and then just a slew of juniors in there. Gavin Phippen, Mason Manning, Brexton Green at senior, I apologize, and Nick Nabavi Jr. Rounding out with 17, 15, 13, and 12 tackles with, again, a bevy of fumbles and interceptions. So we're sitting here about 6:50. We've got, it looks like about 9 minutes on the clock left to go. Cashion fans still working their way in. Should we go prediction time?
Let's do it.
All right, so let me skip over to camera. Let's get your pretty face on there, Chris. So again, Cashion 4-0. They've won by double digits every game. 3 out of the 4 games have been decided by halftime. What's the story for us today against the Watonga Eagles?
Well, I kind of have some keys to the game, and then I'll tell you what my final is going to be. So my keys to the game offensively is just to work and be disciplined and really challenge yourself if you're out there on the field to say we're not going to have any penalties, we're not going to hold, we're not going to jump off sides. Better yourself out there and have a clean game. If we just have a clean game, I think we have enough firepower to get up and down the field. Defensively, the Wildcats will have to just keep Joe Jackson under wraps. I think with the speed that Cashion has, they'll be able to contain him. Anything on the edges, but if Jackson is the kind of player that can just make plays, and if you can contain him and keep him under wraps, I think we'll be fine. So if we do those two things, it's going to be pretty lopsided.
Hold on. Let me get my pen.
Pretty lopsided. I'm going to say Cashion 56, Watonga 7.
Okay.
Write it down.
I just did. All right, Chris, we love it. I really appreciate it. Great rundown. And again, if you are just joining us, you missed out. You absolutely have to tune in at 6:30, maybe even earlier. You are missing out on the pregame. For those of you that are able to join us, and we've been averaging around 5,000 folks viewing, which is ridiculously crazy, right?
That's awesome. I love it.
Great story today from James Jackson and the Oklahoman talking about streaming and COVID-19 and the growth. Our Adam Dieselhorst, our lead here at Squirtle, was basically talking about the super growth. 40 schools in the Squirtle family. In fact, our folks, our buddies from Wagner, they're set up right next to us. It's crazy. Watonga. I said Wagner. I apologize. Thank you.
Close enough.
Hey,
I think there's the Eagles too, right?
They are the Eagles, and they are black and red as well. Yeah. So hey, but nonetheless, again, we're super blessed and happy to be here. It's a great privilege to have the opportunity to broadcast and unbelievable administration. Sammy Jackson starts with Sammy Jackson, Coach Hardaway, obviously our sponsor, Coach Shalkford as well, and everyone. And we can't do this without you guys and all of our great advertisers. So with that, we're going to go a quick timeout, go to some commercials. We've got teams still out on the field, so we're going to have looks like a little bit later of a start. But hang tight with us. If you've just joined us, welcome. Thank you so much. We're going to have an awesome night here of Cashion Wildcat football here on CWTV. We're going to go to commercial. Be right back here in a sec.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211. For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC. Christy Perry is a Cashion-based attorney providing clients in Oklahoma with trusted, experienced legal counsel. Regarding wills and trusts, bankruptcy, and other areas of law. Flexible scheduling is available to discuss your options, and your first consultation is free. If you need assistance regarding a legal matter, call your local Oklahoma licensed attorney, Christy Perry, at 918-373-0882.
Hey, it's Chris here. The Cashion Wildcats have a legacy of success. Hard work and being prepared is how that legacy is protected. Home, auto, business, or life, the agents at Gibson Legacy Insurance will do the hard work to make sure you are prepared and your legacy is protected. Call or text me today at 405-283-3947 for your free insurance quotes. Go Wildcats!
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Gateway Realty is a mother-daughter team that has a heart for small-town life. Both Anita and Kelly were born and raised in Cashion and are still raising their families here. Their family homesteaded in Cashion in 1908, and it's been home ever since. Anita and Kelly know this town, love this town, and would love to help make this your home too. For a friendly face and trustworthy knowledge, call these hometown girls at 405-641-7388. Go Wildcats!
All right, welcome back to Watonga, Oklahoma here on CWTV. I'm Neiman Abavi with my man Chris Gibson. And there's your Cashion Wildcats, number one ranked team in the state in Class A coming out on the field. Jacob Farrow, I believe, did we win the toss?
I think so.
Okay, so if we did win the toss, I'm going to tell you we're going to receive.
We're trying to get some technical difficulties taken care of, so we might have missed that.
And your Watonga Eagles coming on the field, a home team Eagles coached by Zach Maynard, 0-2 on the season, with losses to Rush Springs in week 2, 18-45, and to Minko last week, 20-27. Coach Maynard will be looking with his quarterback Zach Maynard to I don't have his number. We'll be looking to move to get their first victory of the season here and start at district play here for both Watonga and for Cashion here. Cashion in their all whites, white pants, white tops, maroon helmets. Roman looks like the maroon lettering, and your home team Watonga Eagles, white helmets, maroon tops with black lettering, white outlines, black pants. Coming out to kick, it looks like it will be Watonga, number 12. Will be LaRon Whiteshield, 6'1", 151 sophomore. Cashion will be receiving on the, looks like the east end, will be working from left to right. My man Lane Broadbent's come in. Thank you so much, Lane. We got stats live right here. This is about the best scenario for us, for sure, as the coaches are definitely set up upstairs. So coaches will be going to the upstairs. We appreciate them working for us. D for the Cashion Wildcats will be senior Brexton Green, number 10. Joining him will be junior Landon Lagasse, Caden Harrell up back, as well as Mason Manning, Jacob Farrow, Nick Nabavi on the outside the hashes right around the 35. It's a great night, Chris. It's going to be a good night of football for the Cashion Wildcats if it all goes by plan based on Coach Wood and Coach Shackelford's side of the ball.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good night. I think, like I said, let's be disciplined. Let's work on, kind of competing against ourselves and just wanting to have a good, clean game from start to finish, and everything else will take care of itself.
So with that, onside goes to the right side. We got, is that Gilbert? Yes, it is. That's my man. Seth Gilbert, sophomore on the catch there. So Watonga trying to be aggressive there with an onside. I didn't see that on any of the film.
Nope.
Certainly. So Coach Maynard, credit to him to try to stay aggressive right from the get-go. So with that, Cashion will take over first down and 10 from their own 47. Trips right. Caden Harrell joining Ben Harmon. Junior's doing great this year. Let's knock on wood. Keep it going. Snap. So pass. Look to his right. It's got something deep down the sideline. Brexton Green there. Almost comes up with it, but does get the pass interference call. Looks like number 11, Cannon Carney. Was that number? It was number 11. My man Cannon Carney, Jr., 5'9", 153. Best he could do there in defense is going to go straight up and see if he could keep Brexton from catching it.
Yeah, Brexton was behind him, and he was just kind of trying to face guard, and it was a little behind him. Looked like Ben was kind of hitting that back shoulder, and as he came back, the guy just ran right into him, so it was definitely a pass interference.
So with the mark-off, it'll be first down and 10, this time in Watonga side of the territory, right around the 38-yard line. Cashion will take over here. One play, and then Watonga side of the field. Harmon in shotgun, looking to pass, looks to his left, down across the middle. He's got Manning. Nice break there by number 7, Chris Sanders, the freshman. Nice break on the ball for interception, and it'll be Watonga ball.
Yeah, I mean, the kid just made a better break than our receiver did. Ben kind of threw it a little bit behind, but the kid just made a great play, great jump on the ball, and as soon as it left Ben's hands, I mean, he kind of read the quarterback's eyes and saw it, jumped right in front of it for a big interception right here on the opening drive of the game.
So we talked about this on the way up, right? Sometimes when we're thinking about slow starts for Cashion, that's been kind of the MO, except for the Thomas game. So with that, Watonga will take over. They've got trips down below. They've got we'll look for that option run with Joe Jackson, quarterback, junior, 5'9", 189. Cashion's in their 3-3-5 kind of look. Going to be a lot of Jacob Farrow and Nabavi on blitzes, and there's Farrow on the blitz. He comes off the side, rushes Jake Jackson. Looks like the intended receiver was number 24, DeAndre Dunn. Falls incomplete. Will bring up second down and 10.
And I think we're going to see a heavy, heavy dose of that tonight of bringing those linebackers in on those gaps and just letting them bull rush and get back there and get in the face of that quarterback. So he doesn't have time to sit back and throw, because in the Minko game last week when he had time to sit back and throw, he made some completions. Get in his face, don't let him have the time.
Jackson now with a two-back set behind him in the pistol. We've got a flag. Is that a timeout? Sure do. So Coach Maynard didn't like the look, and we'll take a timeout here. So with basically a couple minutes elapsed here in the first quarter, it's been a lot of action. An onside kick that was recovered by Cashion. 2 plays later, we had a pass interference, and 2 plays into Cashion's first possession, interception for Watonga, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Chris, we'll go to a quick timeout. Be back here in a couple seconds. All right, welcome back to CWTV here. I'm Neiman Abavi, joining the booth with Chris Gibson, my man Lade Broadbent as well. Fast on the stats, he'll be our halftime show. He gives me the double fist bump. So with that, 2nd down and 10, 11:42 left here in the first quarter. Watonga in basically a single wing look, double back. So I give up the middle. Number 7 on the carry, Brexton Green on the whiff, but Jacob Farrow's there on the cleanup as Chris Sanders gets maybe about 2 yards there to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Brexton was there. Kid kind of spun out of it, but, man, with the pursuit that we have to the football on the defensive side, it's just hard to get any extra after that first point of contact.
So Cashion staying in their base, well, actually in their base defense for today, a little 3-3-5. We've got Jackson, Vandruff, Camden Maroney, as well as Kyler George on the front 3, Nabavi, Farrow, and Caden Harrell across the middle. Snap, keeper by Jackson. He'll look right side. Pursuit's there. Caden Harrell with the cleanup, and that's 4th down for the Cashion Wildcat defense.
Yeah, I mean, kind of had the edge there, but, man, Farrell came in, turned him back in right into the teeth of the defense of Caden Harrell, and Caden Harrell cleaned him up way short of that 1st down.
So it looks like Coach Maynard, not sure if number 12 looks like his man, LaRon Whiteshield, 6'1", 51 sophomore who kicked off. I'm not sure he'll be punting, but it looks like they're going to go for it, Chris?
No, surely not.
Well, they've got deep back, so Joe Jackson looks like Jackson will be doing the punting work as well. Deep for Cashion Wildcats is senior Brexton Green. Do it all right around the Cashion 33. Snap. Oh, it looks like it was going to be a fake. Or maybe a Australian style punter. We didn't see any of that on film. I didn't see it anyway.
No, I didn't see it. One thing I did see on film last week against Minko was they did have a lot of, they created a lot of turnovers. And, that first drive just shows you they're ball hungry on the defensive side of the ball, and they will go at it and get the ball. So on offense, let's clean it up and let's get it done.
Big punt there. Brexton Green will catch it right around the 32. He's got a blocker, Nababi out there. He spins out of a tackle. He's free. Down the sideline. Out of bounds around the 50-yard line. Nice little, looks like about a 10 to 15-yard return there for Brexton Green. That'll bring up 1st down and 10. 9:56 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a great job by Brexton. That kid is a left-footed punter, and if you've ever returned punts, it's hard enough just catching that ball coming down from that high. Coming off that left foot, it's going to even throw just a little more of a wrinkle in.
So Cashion showing a 2-back set here with Green and Caden Harrell. Watch for a little lead block action here for one of the 2. We've got Mason Manning and Lagasse down below, Nabavi up top by himself. Snap, that's a keep. It's a flare out to Brexton Green. Nice cleanup there by Manning, but with that incomplete pass, that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Cashion Wildcats, just off the fingertips of Brexton Green.
Yeah, it's pretty fortunate. I thought it was kind of behind.
It sure looked like it.
Behind a backwards pass, but we'll take the incompletion over about what probably would have been about a 5-10 yard loss.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Brexton Green could have done something with it. Don't say that just so quick,
That's
partner.
True. He wasn't down yet.
2-by-2 for Cashion. Caden Hill to the right. Shotgun Give the arrow up the middle. He's got a lane. He cuts it back up, dragging the tackler all the way out. Looks like he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards there for the senior. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 6.
And that run right there, I mean, he had a nice hole, good hard run. If you can get that every single play with him, by the end of this game, that's going to turn into about a 15, 20-yard run.
So Cashion looking here. This is definitely 4-down territory for the Wildcats, no doubt. Harmon with the snap, looking to pass, looking deep, coming back to Brexton Green. There it is. He's still on his feet up the 40, cuts back. Nice work there by Brexton Green. Had the 1st down, and just like with every true wide receiver, they think they can score on every single possession. Runs backwards, but able to get back to the spot, and that'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Cashion Wildcats, right around the 34 of the Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, had a little spin move at the end of that, kind of misdirection there, and just almost broke it.
So Cashion will have their 3rd or 4th first down, 3rd first down of the game. Snap, looking to screen back to Brex. He's got his great block by Nabavi and Manning. He's got to get to the outside. Stiff arms, little cutback. He's still on his feet. Face mask there. And the referee was literally right there and didn't call it. But, hey, you know what? Maybe he missed it. A lot of Watonga Eagles there on the tackle. We sure did see it, but that's okay. It'll be about a 9-yard gain there for a 1st down pass from Harmon to Green out to the right side.
Yeah, rule of thumb is don't tackle by the helmet, and that was exactly what he did there, but must have not seen it.
So 2nd and short for Cashion. Trips left, looking to go deep. Back to Manning. He's got the hitch out to the 15, cuts it back up the middle, cuts it, keeps his feet. He's got a chance. Nabavi with the block. Touchdown, Cashion Wildcats. Mason Manning on a 24-yard pitch and catch from Ben Harmon, and the Wildcats are on the board with 8:01 left here in the 1st quarter.
You talk about a kid that is hard to bring down is Mason. He's so shifty, he's strong, and I mean, he's just got great vision. When he starts running the ball, he can find an opening, and just like last week against me, Thomas, there was time where he had 4 people around him and he went and scored, and that was kind of another play just like that. Great job on Mason.
Chandler Christensen on the kick. It's up, looking good, my man, Mr. Christensen, and it's extra point is added, and that makes it 7-0 here on CWTV, powered by Squirtle. Cashion Wildcats up over your hometown Watonga Eagles. We're going to go to a quick timeout. My man Chris is going to try to get our tripod set up so it doesn't look like we're in an episode of Batman, and we'll be right back.
Cashion Shape Up Fitness is locally owned and operated with no contracts or sign-up fees. Our rates start at only $30 per month, and we have tanning available. Everything you need to work on your health and fitness. So contact Amber Lee to sign up today, 405-538-8248. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Cashion Shape Up Fitness.
All right, welcome back to Watonga, as your Cashion Wildcats here on CWTV are up 7-0 over the hometown Watonga Eagles. Out to kick is my man Lance Christensen. Sorry about that, Christensen family. We've got a lot of them out there. Lance has been doing a great job for us this year. I think he's only missed a couple of extra points, and has just been an absolute assassin on kickoffs, dropping dimes left and right. So with that, Cashion Wildcats will be kicking off from the 40. Christensen will high onside. Looks like it'll hit by right around the 20. Received by number 7 Watonga. In pursuit, Jacob Farrell right around the knees. Nice job by Tanner Dean, 64 junior, able to clean up there. Smart move there by number 7 Chris Sanders, freshman, to run away from Jacob Farrell as fast as he could. Got it to the middle, was able to get about 7-8 yards on the return, and that'll bring up 1st down and 10 for the Watonga Eagles on their 2nd possession of the day, right around the Watonga, looks like 34 or 35 yard line. Hang tight with this. If the camera goes kind of wonky, just know that Chris is up there trying to fix our tripod. I forgot it, so it's on me. But Watonga here with the H-back, double-back set. Keeper by Jackson. He hands it off up the middle to number 7, the freshman, running right over the middle. Running strong. Looks like we are going to get a face mask on that one potentially. Max Brown on the initial contact, brought down by a few others. Great run there by number 7, Chris Sanders, 6 foot 170. So they did see the face mask on this particular play. And so with that, there will be another 15 added on. Great run there by the freshman, Chris Sanders. I think he took a wallop. He's bent over, spitting up a little bit. He's going to be replaced by number 16, Brendan Cole, senior, 5'9", 145. That's the deal here. If Chris was down here, you'd say, look, if you're going to get a big run, you're also going to get a big stick, and that's exactly what happened there. It was the sophomore Max Brown, the initial contact. So with that, Watonga is in Cashion side of the field, right on the 39. First down and 10. We got 7:26 here in the first quarter, running clock. Joe Jackson in shotgun. He'll run right. Flag is on the play. Vandroff in pursuit right there. Nice job. Farrow with the cleanup as well as Camden Maroney. Great job there by the sophomore Jackson Vandroff coming off the edge to grab the speedy Joe Jackson Jr. And that'll be a loss of about 2 there on the play. We'll bring up second down and long. Let's see what the penalty's for, if they'll decline it here, if it's Jackson Vandroff. False start, declined. That'll bring up second down. Wise choice there by Coach Wood. So after a big run and a penalty, a tackle for loss, brings up a second and long for the Watonga Eagles. Brendan Cole has stayed in for number 7 for the Eagles. Jackson, he'll keep it. He'll run right side. Same exact play. Jackson there, as well as Jacob Farrell, the human missile. Be a short gain there for the Watonga Eagles. I'm not sure how many times they're going to try to run that play, but I would say, hey, Coach Maynard, maybe take a break. So that'll bring up third down and long on the no gain there on second down. And we might see if Joe Jackson, we'll see get a chance to see his arm possibly on this next play. Cashion defense staying in that 3-3-5 look. We've got twins up top and below for the Watonga Eagles. Single back set, number 11's checked in, Cannon Kearney for the Eagles. Jackson in shotgun. Snap, he'll look to pass. Nabavi in pressure, is going deep down the sideline. No chance except for the former there in suspenders, and so that'll bring up fourth down and long for the Watonga Eagles. I don't think Coach Maynard's going to take the chance. That's right. He'll bring out the punt team, and that's another stop for the Cashion Wildcat defense here. Deep for the Cashion Wildcats is your usual suspect, senior Brexton Green. He's standing right around the 9-yard line. Punting for the Watonga Eagles, Joe Jackson, the quarterback, do it all. Actually, I apologize. It's not rugby style for 24. He's going to keep it. He's going to run. Fake punt. In pursuit is Manning. Finally brought down. Brown is there as well as Fippen. He's close. He broke a few tackles. Caden Harrell and Manning took each other out. So, hey, you know what? Playing with house money, the Watonga Eagles have nothing to lose here today. Certainly a huge underdog with the spot. It looks like they will have enough for the first down. Gracious, that was a generous spot. He was well short. We've got an instant replay, but hey, you know what? It's Christmas in September here in Watonga. No face mask call earlier in the day, and a gracious spot here on a fake fourth down play will keep the Watonga Eagles in action. Joe Jackson, double back set. Snap. He'll give the 7. He'll keep. There's nothing there. Joey Wilson, Johnny on the spot, came through with the initial hit, cleaned up with Nick Nabavi and Caden Harrell. To give all the credit to Joey Wilson there on the stand-up. And another tackle for loss for the Cashion Wildcats. Here brings up second down and looks about 13 here with 5:33 left in the second quarter. Joe Jackson in shotgun, same formation, double back set, pistol formation. We've got the H back up, little tight end action, 83 or wide receiver Tucker Estep. Jackson with the snap. He'll look to give. He'll get it up the middle. Big hole. Max Brown with the tackle, but not after a gain of about 10. He'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Watonga Eagles. Chris Sanders has been pretty strong right up the middle on those plays. I got to believe Coach Wood will get that figured out here by the second quarter. But with that, it'll be 3rd down and about 4 here from the Cashion, looks like the 22-yard line. Cashion with their typical slow start. Single back set here. We've got twins up top, ace below for the Watonga Eagles. Joe Jackson in shotgun. Blitz shown by Cashion right up the middle. Vandruff trying to hang on. Farrell with the dive. Max Brown with the tackle there. I like the sophomore getting a lot of tackles, but we don't want safeties making tackles. That means they're getting through, and that'll be enough for a 1st down for Watonga on the keeper by Joe Jackson. So with 4:12 left, Watonga marching all the way down the 16-yard line. Coach Wood with the single safety look, basically deep safety with Max Brown, sophomore. Eagles come back double back set. Cashion in their 3-3-5. 1st down and 10. 3:48 left here in the first quarter. Jackson with the snap, give up the middle. Camden Maroney basically hit him in the back, turned around, he went right by him. It looks like Watonga, the ball carrier, number 11, Cannon Kearney, is able to pick up about 3 yards there to bring up 2nd down and 7. Second down and 7, 3:10 left here in the first quarter. Watonga threatening deep into Cashion territory on a nice little drive sparked by a 24-yard fake punt. Give up the middle by 7, not there that time. Looks like we've got my man Caden Harrell on the tackle. Sniffed that one out. 7, who Chris Sanders, who's been having a good day thus far, is stopped after about a gain of about 1 and about 3rd down and about 5 here with 2:45 left. Definitely 4-down territory for my man Zach Maynard, Coach Maynard. And guys, if you're watching from home, we aren't on a tilt. I apologize. We'll get the tripod squared away for you guys. Not sure what's going on. My man Chris is still up there. I bet you they're still trying to figure it out. So 3rd down and 5 from the 11. 2:23 left here. Double back set for the Watonga Eagles. Joe Jackson, he'll go ahead and keep right side. Looks for a hole there. Jackson Vandruff, first one there. Nice tackle there by the sophomore. And that'll bring up 4th down after a gain of about 2 or 3 there. So it's a big stop here. Obviously, we don't have to worry about the fake punt here for this standpoint. So Cashion is looking to bow up. 3-3-5 look. Watonga in their base set. Blitz is on. It was going to be a full house. Watonga Eagles, I'm not sure if they changed the play or not. For their safety, I hope they do. Give up keeper for Jackson. He cuts up, and he's in. Breaks the tackle, and is able to get on that right side. Nice job there by the Watonga Eagles. Basically, it was runs up the middle, and Joe Jackson on the outside. Nothing complicated there. But after a huge fake punt conversion, Watonga is able to convert and get on the board. 7-6 here with 1:29 left in the first quarter. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson will give up the middle. Stop short. Nice hit there. Looks like whoever's getting laid on. Is that Mason Manning? No, it was number 50, Colton Southall, with the initial contact. And the 2-point conversion is no good as Cashion stays on top. 7-6 here with 1:29 left in the first quarter. We'll go quick timeout. We'll be right back here on Cashion Wildcat TV.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcat TV, where your Cashion Wildcats are up, but surprisingly to the hometown Watonga Eagles only by 1. After a great fourth down conversion on a fake punt, Watonga was able to work it all the way down and get the score. 7-6, Cashion's up, 1:20 left here in the first quarter. Let's see if Cashion will be able to respond. Kicking off is number 12 for the Watonga Eagles, LaRon Whiteshield. Let's see if we'll get another onside. They sure do. They go for it. Coming up, it's loose. Initial contact there by Gilbert. Scooped up by Camden Maroney, and Cashion will take over at the 50-yard line. Hey, Chris, I was just saying, look, if you're Watonga Eagles and Coach Maynard, what do you have to lose, right? At some point, right now, it's paying off for them. They, unfortunately, for Cashion, got an unbelievable spot on that fourth down, which I thought was about 3 yards short. Somehow worked it forward for a first down magically, but nonetheless, Cashion will be taking over here. First down and 10 from the 50. Let's see if Cashion can respond. Shotgun from Harmon. He'll look. He's got the hitch to Legas. He catches right around the 45. Fumble. And you called it, Chris. They are opportunistic from the Watonga Eagles' perspective. They've already got an interception, almost got a fumble.
Yeah, I'm telling you, last week against the Minko Bulldogs, I mean, they were all over that ball nonstop, trying to get turnovers, and they did, and that's what kept them in the game. And you see it tonight. That's what they're going to have to do to compete against Cashion. Kids off sides.
Pitch and catch to Manning. He hits, he'll cut outside, breaks a tackle. They're looking for the ball. He keeps working, still on his feet all the way down to the 36-yard line. That'll be enough for a Cashion first down.
Yeah, just bouncing off of tacklers and just making more yards after contact. That kid is such a bowling ball when he gets the ball, and being shifty as he is, very hard to bring down, and just a good big gain there for a first down.
Yeah, hard to tackle when you're trying to go for the ball, but thankfully Manning with good ball security. So Harmon in shotgun, trips up top. First down and 10, 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. Snap, screen to Braxton Green. Nabavi out with a block. Green on the edge is looking for another block from Manning. They're going to call the hold. He's in for the touchdown, but this one's coming back.
And the thing is, like, what Mason Manning is doing there to get that hold call is all he's doing is getting low underneath the pads of the defender and then driving his rear backwards, and they're calling it a hold. I don't know what else he can do out there blocking. I mean, that's textbook blocking. He's not holding the guy. All he's doing is dominating the guy, and they're calling a hold. I don't know what else he can do out there, and I think that's kind of what Shaq is letting that official know on that side.
So,
but,
Coach,
I'm sorry. When you're a receiver
yes,
and you take pride in blocking, when you're dominating a kid and you get a hold called on you, it's frustrating.
Absolutely. So it'll stay first down. Touchdown is negated. Watonga will take the penalty. The mark-off will make it first down and about, it looks like 8 here for the Cashion Wildcats. It's been all Watonga, all referees thus far this first quarter. 6 seconds left here. Harmon in shotgun. Let's see if we'll get a playoff. We sure do. Give to Caden Harrell up the middle. He's got a lane. Cuts back up. Met by the linebackers and the safety. But it looks like it'll be a gain of about 4 yards for Caden Harrell. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here on Cashion Wildcat TV, where your Cats visitors are up 7 just by 1. They're up 7-6, just 1 over the hometown Eagles. We'll get a quick timeout. Be right back here on CWTV.
Injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends.
Right here, I'll just do it here.
We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst.
Is it like cracking?
And we are here to help.
Okay.
Have a pest problem? Call Rural Pest Solutions today. We offer as-needed services as well as a variety of treatment schedules. We're family-owned and operated, and we specialize in treating life's smallest problems: spiders, ants, roaches, termites, mice, and more. For both residential and commercial, we're ready to solve your...
All right, welcome back to Watonga, Oklahoma. Second quarter action about to start. Cashion Wildcats sitting at the 30-yard line, looking to drive to add on to their 7-6 lead here in the second quarter. Feisty Watonga Eagles team. Coach Maynard has definitely left it all on the line with 2 onside kicks. They've got an interception. They converted on a fake punt. It's definitely been stars have been aligned for the Watonga Eagles to only be down by 1 to the number 1 ranked Cashion Wildcats. Shotgun give to Harrell. Harrell will look right side, cuts it back up the middle. Probably should have just kept it outside. Looks like it'll be very close to the first down. I wonder if they'll give us the spot. My guess is no, it'll be short. Yep, and it'll be third down and about 1.
Yeah, and I think Kel was kind of echoing what you were saying up here. He was kind of motioning, get to the sideline, just take it out there and get that first down. But Caden Harrell is not going to shy away from contact, and that's kind of what he did there. Just took his foot down and went downhill.
So third down and short, 11:29 here in the second quarter. Cashion sitting, looks like Nick Nabavi in the kind of the fullback position there. We've got Lagasse and Manning down below. Brex Green all by himself, Ace up top. Harmon in shotgun. Snap, fake. He's got the post. He's got a flag on the play though. I don't know if we're going to have a hold by the Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, got beat right off the line and just kind of held on to Brexton. Brexton still got a little separation there, but I think that's what they're going to get the defense on.
And Brexton still got free.
Yep.
So it's on us, actually. Wow.
Okay.
So how many penalties have we got there, my man Lane? Is that 4 penalties already for the Cashion Wildcats?
Against the Wildcats. Third down and 5.
3 for 25. So what was a third down in inches now is a third down in 6 or 5 here for the Cashion Wildcats. Definitely 4 down territory. Even if the completion was made, it would have been coming back there on the infraction. Double back set for Cashion. Brexton Green joining now Caden Harrell next to Harmon. Watonga rolling up safeties. Snap, give to Brexton Green the outside. He's got a chance, breaks 1 tackle. Can't get free from the second. Joe Jackson with the tackle and Brexton Green on the loss. Brings up 4th down and long.
Yeah, and just like we talked about before the game, I mean, I told y'all this team had the ball, rolling. They had some momentum going at the end of that Miko game. Cashion came in a little flat tonight thinking, we just beat won a big game. And this Watonga team said, come on, y'all are on our field. We're here to play. And, they're showing out a little bit right now. Let's see what happens when we settle down a little bit and get the ball rolling.
So Cashion staring at 4th and 8, 10:37 here in the second quarter on their own 38, or I'm sorry, on the 34 of Watonga. Deep pass, come back. Nice job there to Manning from Harmon. That will be enough for the first down. We want Manning to keep running forward, not backwards. That was scary. So with that, Manning, great job there on the catch, on the dig. And that'll be a first down and 10 for the Cashion Wildcats on a ho-hum 4th down and about 7.
Yeah, and that play right there, like you said, you just want to, on a 4th down, we got to get to the sticks. Let's not go back. He's used to making that first guy miss, and the guy was there to make a quick tackle right after and kind of went backwards a little bit, but still had enough for the first down.
Double tight end set for Cashion. Pass out to Nabavi out in the flats. He makes 1 cut, falls forward. Nice job there using a tight end on the little out there. Looks like it gets about 5 or 6 yards there from Harmon to Nick Nabavi. Bring about 2nd down and 5 here.
Yeah, good use of the tight end just to kind of sneak him over there and get a good 5 yards on that first down play and just kind of set you up to kind of do whatever you want to do on this 2nd down.
Yeah, absolutely. Play action is definitely going to be working today. Watonga is going to be keying off the run there of Caden Harrell. 2nd down and 5 from the 19. Harmon, snap, give to Caden up the middle. He's got a lane, got a big hole. He's got a chance. The Moose is loose, and it's a touchdown, Cashion Wildcats. Caden Harrell from 19 yards out, barely touched And Cashion is able to extend the lead here with 9:23 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that time there was just a huge hole on that right side. He hit it. Once he has that momentum going downhill like that, it's very hard to stop him, and nobody really wanted to get in his way, did they?
Yeah, maybe a few arm tackles, maybe. But with that, Cashion is on the board again. Christensen out with Brexton Green with the hold. Let's see if we can tack this on and make this an 8-point lead. Kick is up. It is no good. So with a rare miss from Christensen, Cashion misses on the PAT, and the score remains your Cashion Wildcats here on CWTV, powered by Squirtle 13, and your hometown Eagles from Watonga 6.
And now our defense, are we going to take a little break?
No, we can keep talking.
I was going to say, I was kind of up top during that whole defensive, I don't know what was going on there in the middle, but I know they had a few breaks on that drive. Watonga did. I think there was a spot that was kind of, may have been a little bit towards
there's no
Watonga.
It's okay. It's Cashion Homer TV. It was a terrible spot.
But still, I don't care. There was some plays in that drive right there that were just going straight at the teeth of our defense, and they were getting 5-6 yards. So we can't blame it all on, the official had a bad spot. Who cares?
That's exactly
We got to be able to not let them get 5-6 yards on a run right through the middle of the defense. And I think Coach Woods over there going to challenge the boys and say, guys, is that us? And no, it's not. Get your head on straight. Let's start making some tackles. I saw some arm tackles, which don't happen very often with the Cashion Wildcats. Let's get that straight. Let's make sure they don't get another yard is what I'd be telling Coach Wood. If I was Coach Wood, that's what I'd be telling the boys.
So Cashion kicking off 13-6, 9:23 left here in the second quarter. Christensen with the kick from the 40. Nice shot out to the 20. It will be caught and returned down the sideline. Nowhere to go. Max Brown with the initial hit misses. Looks like eventually taking out Farrow and over the top. Who was that? That's my man. Branson.
Jake Branson.
Jake Branson, sophomore out there with the cleanup with Farrow. Nice return there of about a 12-yard return for the Watonga Eagles. I believe that was number 7. I got to believe Chris Sanders. And so with that, Joe Jackson, who led a nice drive last time for the Watonga Eagles, will look to see if they can't jump out and maybe even take the lead. Cashion in 3-3-5. Two-back set, standard set here for the Watonga Eagles. Jackson in shotgun snap. He'll give up the middle. Outside, he's brought down initial hit there by Nabavi, wrapped up by, looks like Jacob Farrow. Linebacker to linebacker, and that'll be a loss of about 1 yard there for the Watonga Eagle. Carrier was at number 11, Cannon Carney, 5'9", 153 junior. 150 is not going to be a lot for Jacob Farrow and Nick Nabavi. You're going to have to bring a little bit more.
Yeah, just kind of looking at that play, Nick was right there on the edge and then let Farrow just come in and clean that up. But here's what I want to see. I want to see those front line really, take it to those front line boys and don't get pushed back. Don't get kind of owned. Make your way right up front.
Jackson with the keeper, cut back inside. Initial miss by Manning, driven back by Green and Caden Harrell, and he pays for it. He'll get about a few yards, but he's going to feel that one. So that'll bring up third down and about looks like maybe 6 or 7. 6 here right from the 40-yard line. 8:09 playing. This is a perfect scenario for Coach Maynard, Watonga Eagles. Ball control, work the clock, keep the ball out of Cashion's hands. And as long as they can keep this working, again, they'll have a chance to knock off and get the big upset here in Class A. Rollout pass. He's going to keep it. He's going to roll back. Nothing there. Looks like we've got a slew of Cashion Wildcats starting with Caden Harrell, Camden Maroney. We've got Kyler George, Jackson Vandruff there. Great coverage there on the edge by Layden Lagasse to bring up fourth down.
Now, great coverage there, and just didn't have anything down the field. They did a good job last week. I keep going back to last week's game, but that second half, they really came around, and that's kind of one thing I saw was they got him out on the move, and sometimes that was their best offense was just letting him get out there on the move, find somebody open, or tuck it and run.
Yep. So that time he tucked and run and found nothing except a 1 yard loss and a bunch of white shirts. So a fourth down and 7. Rolling out, looking to pass. He'll throw it deep. Nabavi in coverage, nothing there. Coach Maynard basically saying we've got nothing except to go for it every single possible time. God bless him. Not sure how much that will pay off for him in the long run. So far it's worked, but that time Cashion ready for the fake. And with that turnover of downs, Cashion will take over on the Watonga side of the ball on the 39-yard line.
Yeah, at some point you got to think, let's play football. Let's try to pin them deep. Let's try to flip the field. Giving the ball to the Cashion Wildcats on their own 40, or, on Watonga's 40 on the regular is not going to be a winning solution to this ball game.
I guess at some point, though, they got to believe that, hey, you know what, we got to try everything to keep it out of Cashion's hands, maybe. But, you said they've been ball hawking. They've gotten turnovers. Yep. They've already got one today. I really have to, it's easy to second guess when you're up here in the booth, right? But kudos to Coach Maynard. His team is slugging it out right now. They're only down 7. Cashion's got the ball. 7:05 left here in the second quarter, right before half. Harmon in shotgun. Caden Harrell to the left of him. Lagasse by himself down below. Trips up top. Pass to Manning. Right at his feet. Had a chance to come. I guess he just didn't want to come back and get it, but nonetheless, it'll fall incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
And that play right there was, they've been throwing that little bubble screen out to Brexton. So what they did on that one, they just kind of let that defensive back slip by Mason and go, cover him, and they tried to slip Mason right behind him. Just a little bit lower throw, or a little bit higher throw, and it would have been a good little 4 or 5 yard play.
Give to Harrell up the middle. He's got a lane out to the outside. He's under chase. He's going to cut it back out. He's got a chance. 25, 20, stiff arm, cuts back, spin move. You ain't going to stop him all the way down to the 11-yard line. Caden Harrell, big time run, about 20-yard run there for the senior, down, looks like to the 11-yard line of the Watonga Eagles.
Just a great cut there to break it to the outside. Took it for the big play. Got it at the end of that run. Just very physical. Threw a guy off and got another 5 yards before he got tackled.
So Cashion will have it at 1st down and 10 at the 12-yard line. 6:40 left here in the second quarter. Harmon in shotgun, looking to throw. He looks for Green inside. Great block by Nabavi. Cuts it back. Hurdles. Spin move. Keeps his feet. And they're going to call a flag. Not sure what for. We have a flag thrown right around the edge. I didn't see a face mask.
There is a marker down on the flag.
Hurdling is not legal? Okay. Yes, he's going to call hurdle. Great job there by our stat man, Lane Broadbent. He's giving me the finger, O.J. Simpson, over the Samsonite piece of luggage move with his hand. So it was a great little pitch and catch there. Great block by Nabavi. Brexton Green views the inside lane, cuts it up, curls it all the way back into about the 7-yard line. It was a 20-yard run for about 5 yards. But it looks like the hurdling call.
The kid, so I went back and watched it. The kid just whiffed. I mean, pretty much Brexton did a jump step to the side. The kid whiffed on the tackle, and he threw a penalty on that.
And that's a 15-yard penalty. So my man Bruce Troxel, the group here, the referee crew, doing a great job pulling all sorts of flags here. We're seeing it all. We're getting entertained. So 1st down and a gajillion for the Cashion Wildcats. They've been great all year on 1st and 2nd and long. Let's see if they're able to convert this here. Harmon in shotgun. Looks to the side, little meerkat from Coach Shack. He'll get the call. Thankfully, it's not 1st and goal. Snap. Shotgun looking to pass on the play action. Down the middle, he's got Manning. Touchdown, Cashion! And just like that, after the flag for hurdling and the personal foul, Cashion converts on a 24-yard deep post. But my man Mason Manning with 6:02 to add another one to the scoreboard.
Heck yeah, next time, I was watching the two guys down here on the near side, and they kind of just stopped on the play, and I looked deep and saw Mason, and that's exactly what Ben saw behind the defense, sitting in the end zone, wide open, and Ben just dropped it in perfect for him.
Christensen out on the PAT. Let's see if he can convert this one. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Kick is up. It's blocked. Rough day there. Nice rush there by the Watonga Eagles. Number 12, it looks like Laren Whiteshield, freshman or a sophomore wide receiver. And so Christensen on the missed point after leaves the Cashion scoreboard stagnant at 19 here with 6:02. So it's your Cashion Wildcats here on CWTVs, powered by Squirtle, up 19-6 over the hometown Watonga Eagles. We're going to go a quick timeout. Be back here in a set.
Pest problems today. So call Rural Pest Solutions in Cashion, 405-238-6565. proud supporter of Wildcat athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more.
Welcome back to Watonga, Oklahoma, where your Cashion Wildcats here on Cashion Wildcat TV, powered by Squirtle. We're up 19-6. It's been a weird game thus far. A lot of weird stuff going on, but nonetheless, Cashion Wildcats up 2 scores. Here with 6:02, looking to get a stop and a chance to score again. Christensen kicking off from the 40. Deep for the Watonga Eagles. Looks like we've got number 24. I'm guessing the black numbers on a maroon helmet or maroon jersey is tough. Watonga, fair catch at the 25. He cannot run it. That is a penalty flag. They should be throwing the flag.
They called it dead, but
that should be a penalty. He cannot run after he throws it. We learned this right when we were watching our friend at Thomas throw the hand up. We had that conversation, so that should be a penalty on Watonga. Let's see if my man Bruce Troxel will throw it. He's going to say, well, you can't really do that, guys, so don't do it next time. So with that, Watonga will take over after the fair catch and run to the 25-yard line here with 5:58 left here in the second quarter. And again, hey, Max props out to my man Bruce Troxel, Marcus Wilkinson, Sam Martin, Austin Ellis, and linesman Andrew Scott. We appreciate you guys being out here. We can't have a game without our officials. Looks like Coach Wood's going to have a timeout. And we'll have a timeout. My man Chris, I guess we'll go to a quick timeout as we have a conversation there on the fake punt or the fair catch run. So we'll go ahead and keep it here. Maybe we'll have some action. Chris, thus far, 19-6, probably not what we thought, like and how it was going to happen.
Well, I didn't, we were talking on the way here, and, I didn't see them getting much more than, maybe 50 yards on the ground just from the speed of our defense. But they are at, so total yards right now, we are at, Cashion's at 166, and the Watonga Eagles are at 65. I think that one drive was the majority of that. And the thing is, that one drive is about all they've had. Yep. That second time, after they came out, after we scored, I guarantee you, Coach Wood is over there going, "What are we doing, guys? Let's sure this up." And sure enough, they came out and didn't let them get much that second drive or the third drive of the first half.
So I am 1,000% certain that you cannot fair catch a ball.
Maybe
and
that's
then
a
run
high
with
school.
it.
Maybe that's a college and NFL rule.
No, I don't know. I guess we'll have to maybe
we'll find out.
We'll give Bruce a call.
Call your brother-in-law and find out.
We'll text him. Maybe he's not watching. He's working, but we'll see what happens there. But nonetheless, it'll be Watonga ball after the timeout by Cashion. Cashion's first of the first half. Joe Jackson in shotgun. He'll hand it off right up the middle on the tackle. Of course, my man Jacob Farrow's there. Looks like Nick Nabavi as well as who else? We got number 10, Brexton Green. Nice work there by the Cashion Wildcats on that inside run play.
I see a number in the game.
I do. I love it. Number 20.
I have not seen all season, and I'm sure glad he's back on the field. And number 20, if you're wondering who we're talking about, is Broadbent, Justice Broadbent, and he's been on the sideline all season long. And every single time I see him, he's like, "I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready." And it's great to see him out there. And just hope he, stays healthy because he adds a whole nother dimension to this defense.
Jackson going deep down the sideline. Lagasse in coverage. No chance on that pass. Number 24 is like, dude, I was open, and I'm going to say, no, you weren't. Great job by Lagasse in coverage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 with 5:11 here. Clock stop for the Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, go back to Justice. The speed that we have on defense, without him in the game, you bring him in the game, that just adds a whole another gear that we can hit on the defensive side, and they put him on this wide side of the field where it's going to be hard for anybody to get to the edge and make any kind of yardage, because he can stretch any runner all the way to the sideline if he doesn't make the tackle.
Amen. Shotgun, third down and long. Blitz is on. We've got a timeout here, and I got to tell you, spot on assessment of Justice. You know, he is a violent runner and a violent player. I don't know if Wes Lane probably weighs about 160 pounds, but he plays like he's 250. I don't know where he gets it. It must be all in his rear end or something, but I absolutely love the way Justice played. And if you remember last year, Justice had, I think he had 2 pick sixes in the Christian Heritage game, had one in the OCA game. I think he had 4 pick sixes on the year with 7 interceptions. So not only is he great in run stop, he's phenomenal in coverage and just an unbelievable asset. So I saw him out there too, and I was like, whoa, Justice is back. I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm sure they just now got him in the game just to let him get warmed up and get out there, and probably not going to play him too much tonight, just to get him back into some game speed and game situations, just to see how he kind of reacts on that ankle. And let's hope he gets back to 100% by the end of the season, because if we have him in there along with everybody else healthy, it's going to be an even better defense than we already have.
Amen. Amen. Certainly a key cog in last year's state title opportunity run, goal ball run, and certainly love to see him. And, of course, you can see him at backup at running back as well. So Cashion bringing up 3rd down and 10 for the Watonga Eagles. They've got trips right, ace up top. This might be a pass or a keep. Who knows? Watonga rolling option. Jackson with the keeper. He cuts back up. Initially hit by a few. Looks like he's finally brought down by, looks like Camden Maroney. Yeah, absolutely. Sophomore Camden Maroney playing tough right there at nose tackle with the tackle after about a short gain of 2 or 3, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Cashion Wildcats here with about 4:52 left in the half.
Yeah, after that one drive where they were getting some of that penetration up through the middle by the offensive line, kind of making some holes, man, them boys have stepped up, not really given any kind of movement on that front line, and that time you saw it. When he tried to cut back, there was just nothing there, and plenty of Wildcats to bring him down.
So the Watonga Eagles actually punt it that time. It'd be kind of tough kicking from their own 28 to not get it. And so with that down, nice kick there by the punter for Watonga, all the way down to the Cashion 38. So a nice little, we'll call it a 40-yard punt. We'll bring up Cashion 1st down and 10 with 4:24 left here in the second quarter. This is go time here. This is perfect opportunity for Cashion to extend the lead. They get their 3 and out that they needed. So Cashion comes out. Looks like we've got twins. We got 2x2. Caden Harrell to the left of Ben Harmon. Shotgun. Back to pass. Looking for the corner route. Across the middle. Brexton Green. Great job there by number 24, DeAndre Dunn, in coverage. Little talky, little chirpy. That's okay. And we do have a flag. And I promise you this one's going to be on Cashion here at Watonga. Senior Brexton Green's got to be smarter than that, regardless of whether or not it's always the second guy that gets it. Brexton was open. Ben kind of could have let him a little bit more, but nonetheless, great job there by the safety by Watonga. And it's going to bring up another 1st and long for the Cashion Wildcats, most likely. It's a double penalty. One each. So we're going to try to get the call here. Unsportsmanlike on Cashion. Unsportsmanlike on Watonga. That's after the play. So they offset. Is it going to be 2nd down or is it going to be 1st down over again?
Replay the down if it's offsetting.
Well, I didn't know if it was after the play. So with that, so Cashion does catch a break there. So offsetting penalties will replay the down. Thank you, my man Chris Gibson. I love the positive attitude. So that'll bring up 1st down and 10 from the 38. Just ran a couple seconds off the clock, which is a big redo here for the Cashion Wildcats.
Nope, they put it on.
No, they did put a 2nd down. Okay, so it was after the play. Harmon out to pass. Screenplay to Harrell. He's got blockers. He's got a full steam ahead, and the Moose is loose. 10-5 touchdown, Caden Harrell on a huge 60-yard screenplay from Ben Harmon to senior Caden Harrell. Touchdown, Cashion Wildcats.
It's almost like Coach said, you know what, let's do this. It's the perfect opportunity, just like you were talking about. We had that 3 and out, got the ball back. Let's get a quick score right here. And we kind of been setting it up all game. You saw it. Max there went for the little bubble screen, kind of went back for the bubble screen. I know Brexton wasn't in there, but they still kind of bid on that and perfectly set it up to have all the linemen out there in front of Caden Harrell. When he caught the ball with that many linemen in front of him, he's going to score about 90% of the time.
Yeah, you do not want – the kick is up and good for
There he
Christensen.
is.
Nice work there. You do not want Caden Harrell with a full steam. You just that is like that's just a big no-no. You cannot allow that to happen. You've got to figure it out. Certainly a huge reply. You know what? Look, if I'm being crazy here, here's a chance for Cashion to use their 2 timeouts, get another 3 and out, and possibly have a chance to put another one on the board as they go up 26-6 here. Basically, 3 scores unanswered for the Cashion Wildcats as they take a commanding 20-point lead here in the second quarter here in Watonga, Oklahoma. Woo!
Hey, in that play right there, I don't think we ran, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I missed some of the game last week, but I don't think we ran a screenplay last week at all. We ran it a couple times against Minko, and they had prepared for it pretty well.
They were.
And stopped it really the first time we tried to run it against Minko. They had it sniffed out and knew what was coming. But last week, I don't think we ran it once, and, man, we set it up, and it was perfect that time. It looks like net yards for the Cashion Wildcats after that drive is 228 yards in the first half to the 68 yards of the Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, when you go on a 60-yard, 50-second drive, it certainly helps. So
adds up quick. Yeah, and after that,
Christensen with the kick, high onside. It's all right, partner. Let's take a little bounce.
Get on
He's got
it.
a chance.
Yes,
and
sir.
my man Jacob Farrow, bullet train down the sideline with the onside return, and it'll be Cashion football. Woo!
Hey, right there, you let that ball hit the ground, and it's going to skip up like that, and nobody touches Farrell like Coach Wood talked about. Nobody wants to get in front of him. With him having a full head of steam, getting down there, and just perfectly just checked up right into his arms. First down, Cashion.
Goodness gracious. So Cashion will take over. 4:06 left here from the 28 of Watonga. Nice job there. We've been close all year, partner. We finally, since the Rejoice Christian game where I think we got 3 in a row or something ridiculous like that. Cashion's able to get the onside kick, high onside, deep onside. Harmon in shotgun. He'll look to his right. He'll look across the middle. Screen back to Manning. And he breaks the first tackle, moves free, can't get past the second. Nice job by Manning to break that. We got a little extracurricular here. Number 24, DeAndre Dunn, and Brexton Green still going after it. Going to come over, get a little talking to by both of them. But with that completion there, it will be a loss of about 1 there for Ben Harmon to Mason Manning. Will bring up second down and about 11. 3:40 here in the second quarter. Cashion coming back out, shotgun trips left. We've got Lagasse, Nabavi, and Brexton Green all by himself up top is Ace Manning. Caden Harrell to the right of Harmon. Harmon with the shotgun looking to pass to his left. Going out to Lagasse with a catch. Looking to break the first tackle. Just go down, friends. And he does. Smart move by Lagasse, getting held. Nice job there by number 24, Dunn, with the ankle tackle on Lagasse, but not after about a gain of about 5 or 6. He'll bring up third down at about 5 or 6 here for the Cashion from the Watonga. Looks like 22-yard line.
And definitely going to go, 4-down territory, like always, for Coach Shackelford right here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to run and get a good first down just right up the middle with and the
Harmon making it happen. Little fumble, screen out to Brexton. Looking for it. He breaks one tackle, breaks another, moves forward, thrown across the first down marker. Let's see if they get it. We said it last time. We're not going to say it again, right? Chicken something out of chicken something. But Harmon keeping his head calm and collected, picks it up, finds his man Brexton Green. Green gets about 5. It looks like we'll have a timeout by Watonga as Cashion was trying to hurry up to get that fourth down play off. And so with that, it'll be Cashion fourth down at about 1 from about the 18-yard line of Watonga.
Yeah, and on that one, was going to say 4th and 1. I guarantee you we're going to see the same kind of play we saw on 4th and 1 from the goal line against Thomas and just let Caden Harrell bowl over somebody. But Watonga said, let's take a little time out here to talk about it, and because it's a big stop for them. I mean, you go up 4 touchdowns on somebody in the first half, it's demoralizing, and I guarantee they want to say, let's get this stop right here, get the ball and have a chance to go score, and then get the ball back in the second half and try to stay in this game. They've got to do something, and that timeout right there is just saying, let's prepare, let's bow up and try to get this stop.
Absolutely. So Coach Maynard and the group coming together, trying to get their defensive lines. I got to believe it's going to be Caden Harrell. But you know what I would love to see right here? You know what I'd love to see? I'd love a little zone read, little rollout by Ben Harmon. Let him see if he can keep it on the right side or maybe find somebody. So Cashion coming out. Looks like double tight end set. Jackson Vandruff on the left, Nabavi on the right. We've got Brexton Green as well split out. Caden Harrell to the left of Ben Harmon. We've got full house. Everybody in tight. Snap, high snap, give to Harrell, right side, he's got a chance, cuts it up. It's enough for the first down, great heavy run, the bulldozer comes through, and it's enough for a first down as the Cashion Wildcats look to go ahead and continue this drive here with 2:31 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, give it to Caden, get on the edge, and just get that first down as Coach Shackelford just took the easy route there. And here, Ben kind of want to step into that throw a little bit better. Had Brexton there on the out, and just didn't really step into that throw, and it left it short-armed right into the ground.
Well, Ben's been fantastic this year. You know, we've been bragging about him. Certainly, it's probably not one of his better. I know if we talk to his daddy Clayton, he may be up here at halftime. He may say the same about his kid, but nonetheless, it brings up second down and 10. Harmon still in shotgun, 2-by-2 for the Cashion Wildcats. Harrell to the right of Harmon, and they do get the offsides. Nice work there, get the free 5.
Yeah, Ben so far has been he's 13 for 18 for 183 yards.
That's all? That's all.
Yeah, that's
bad
it.
Day for him, I guess.
183 yards in the first half is not a bad day with 3 touchdowns. So, but I guarantee you he's going to say, you know, I can be better. I can be better.
He'll want a couple of those back, and that's right now, as we talked about, it's about improving yourself as a team. Second and 5, Cashion shotgun looking to pass. Harmon to his left. He's got scrambles, going to cut it back outside. He's got nothing there. He's going to hang on to it. We have a flag on the play. I don't know if it's going to be holding or a face mask. I'm going to guess holding. So with that stop clock, the clock stops with 2:11, and we'll get the signal here from Bruce Troxel and the group. Good coverage there by the Watonga Eagles secondary. Great job there, be able to get the coverage sack on Harmon. I would have liked Harmon for go ahead and just to put the wheels down, but it looks like it's going to be holding, defensive holding. Defensive holding for the Watonga Eagles. So Cashion is able to convert that. Let's see, it still remains second down. It was on the sideline, on the line. Fake. Harmon, corner route. Brexton Green goes up. Great coverage there. Kudos to the, looks like that was the safety that rolled over for the Watonga Eagles. And I got to tell you, the Watonga Eagles defensive backs have played Cashion probably better than anybody thus far this year, I got to believe.
I mean, every ball has kind of been contested or somebody close there. That play right there, you kind of want to see Ben maybe put that on that back shoulder and let him come back to it. But, man, that's hard to stop right there.
And with that, hey, just give us the number 9. Touchdown, Cashion Wildcats. But my man, Caden Harrell, 8 yards out, adds another one to the bucket list. Hey, it's always nice when you can just hand off to him. The line doing their work on the right side. Caden Harrell goes in from 8 yards out to put the Cashion Wildcats up 32-6 here with 1:55 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, give him the ball. The boys up front did their job like always. Gave him a little room to and just a little daylight, and it don't take much. It takes a little daylight for him, and he gets in the end zone.
Kick is good, but we do have a flag. Camden Maroney was in the area. I wonder what they're going to call here. It's been chippy. It has definitely been chippy all day. So with that extra point that just squeezed spot right by the right upright, Christensen now is 3 for 5 on the night on extra points. And it's your Cashion Wildcats that are up 33-6 here in the second quarter. Another onside partner. Do we have a chance?
It's always onside in, I think, Shaq's mind. And he's just aggressive. And the thing is, the way Christensen kind of pops these balls up, I mean, that's just kind of his style, and that's kind of what his MO. And I think that's just the normal kickoff, and we're trying to get it every single time. Because I think, Shaq's over there going, Coach Wood's defense is good enough. We give it to him on the 30, the 35. We're going to be able to stop them. That's a long field for any team against this Cashion defense.
With as much as that we score, we're in the mid-40s this year. There's a lot of kickoffs for the Cashion Wildcats, so certainly a chance to continue to roll the dice. We've already got one so far for the night. Can you believe, did you turn on the heater in here?
No, did not.
I don't know. Maybe that's the outside that I'm feeling. Okay. I can't tell.
Either that or we're just full of hot air.
We're
going
to have a tornado in here with all this cold, hot air mix. But nonetheless, that's right. Speaking of tornadoes, my man Jacob Farrow, look for him, number 34. On the far sideline, Christensen looking to aim. Feel sorry for anybody over there. Good luck to you all. So Christensen sets up. Does this look like a deep kick? I think he might be going down the middle. What do you think?
Well, they, with the penalty after the kick, I think it was after the kick, so they added it on to the kickoff. And so with that, let's see him try to nail it deep.
Oh, it's a high onside. We got a chance. Brown, why did he just catch it?
Just catch it in the air.
Just catch it, Brown. Oh, he was there. Great kick by Christensen, literally dropping dimes right on the yard line. Brown hustling the speedster is there. He wanted to let it. I guess he just wanted to be sure.
And I think, that's what I'm thinking. He got up there and got turned around and could have maybe caught it in the air, but I think he didn't want to come back across that 10 and touch it before it crossed. And unfortunately, it hit the ground, kind of bounced, scooted out of bounds before he could wrangle it in.
Great job by Brown. Even better kick by Christensen. So with that, Cashion Wildcats out. Back on D, Watonga Eagles trying to stop this 4 touchdown response by the Cashion Wildcats. Joe Jackson in shotgun. He'll go ahead and keep. He'll look right side past Colton Southall. But guess what? Nick Nababi's there with the solo tackle. Nice work by the junior. Unfortunately, throws him forward for a couple. But that nonetheless, good work by Southall to stop the Joe Jackson, and Nick Nababi was there in cleanup, and that'll bring up second down and about, looks like about 6 here with 1:44. It looks like we do have a timeout. Is that timeout Cashion or?
I think so. I think Cashion Wildcats are saying, let's call timeout. Let's see if we can get another 3 and out and maybe go score again.
So with that, we'll go to a quick timeout. We got my man Clayton Harmon, the old coach with his clipboard. Here, he's going to be telling some stories, lessons with Lane at halftime. We'll be right back.
Or at Squirtle.com/stream.
Wiggins, Sewell, and
Can I
Ogletree
pee?
is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success, brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
All right, welcome back to CWTV here. Second quarter action, 1:45 left before the half. Cashion up big, 33-6. Looking to get another set of stops and maybe a chance to score. So, Chris, I think at this point, if you're Coach Maynard, are you looking to pass and stop the clock? You're just trying to get out of Dodge here and get to the locker room.
Well, I mean, they got to score at some point. Might as well try to start now. And the thing is, like I said, last week against Miko, they had some success throwing the ball. They weren't going against kind of the caliber of defensive backs I think we have in our defensive backfield, but they've got to do something to get the ball moving.
Rush up the middle, Nababi in pursuit. Nice job by Vandruff out there. Boom! Nice shot there. Good job by the corner. Was that Mason Manning out and Nababi there with cleanup? Good job by Manning. Great pursuit by Jackson Vandruff. Looks like it'll bring up third down. The ball spotted right around looks like the 42. It'll bring about third down and about 3 here for the Watonga Eagles as we have another timeout by the Cashion Wildcats. being opportunistic here with about 137 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Joe Jackson. I mean, you get him on the edge out there on the option. He's good about getting that ball, holding on to the last second, just like right there. I mean, they kind of had him wrapped up and pitched that ball out there maybe for an extra yard. Not much. I mean, the defense was there, but that's one thing that you got to look for and be disciplined when you're going against Watonga this year is Joe Jackson and that option.
Hey, got a message here from Leo Harmon. We've got Clayton Harmon, daddy of all-star, superstar Ben Harmon, quarterback, who's having a great night tonight. Want a little shout-out here for Ben's grandma, Sandra Melton in Tulsa. She's watching as well. Of course, we know Warren and Linda Harmon. If they're not at a Cashion game, you know they're watching on CWTV. So hello for all of you guys out there on the Harmon side of the family. Appreciate you all watching, and we love your son. So third down and about 2 here, 1:37 left. Cashion looking for a stop. Keeper by Jackson up the middle. He'll cut it back outside. Vandriff with the stop. It will be right at the stick, but it looks like it'll be short.
About a yard short.
About a yard. Nice work there by the sophomore, who's been very active at the defensive end spot.
Yeah,
brings up fourth down and 1.
There's been a few times that Jackson's kind of got pushed off the ball, but, man, as this game has progressed, he's really stepped up and took it on as a challenge, and he's been doing a great job since early on.
Do I smell a blitz here by the Cashion Wildcats here on 4th and 1? 1:06 left, running clock. Trips up top, spreading it out. We'll see if Joe Jackson will keep it or if he'll hand it off. I don't suspect a pass. Fumble, snap. Manning there, fumble on the pass. Falling on the ball. Is that Colton Southall? Yes, Colton Southall. I think he took it from Camden Maroney, but we'll give it to the senior. Nice work there on the initial break on the fumble.
He wanted that ball.
Nonetheless, it'll be Cashion football here with 52 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, Camden jumped out there, and the senior said, "Let me have that."
So first down and 10 from the Watonga 32. Again, Coach Maynard rolling all sorts of dice out there, trying to give his team a chance to win. Came up big in the beginning with a fake punt. He's come up short last few times. Harmon with the screen out to Manning. Manning looking for a block. Cuts it back outside. He's got a chance. To the 10, to the 20, 15. Cuts it back out of bounds. It looks like right around the 14-yard line. Nice work there by the by junior Ben Harmon finding, looked like Manning out there in space, catching out in front. 44 seconds left. Cashion looking to score.
Yeah, Chris Sanders, I think number 7 there, their safety, came over there, and there was a collision as he went out of bounds, and he kind of put his head down and walked back. Mason Manning is a bowling ball when he's coming at you.
So we have something going on. My man Bruce Troxel, who's been on it all day today, he's saying, hey, figure it out. Do something over there. We got 44 seconds, 43 seconds back on the clock. Nice work, Bruce. Appreciate you manage the clock. So that brings up first down and 10 for the Cashion Wildcats from the 14. Trips left. We've got Brexton all by himself on the right. We'll want to take a look at that. Caden Harrell to the left of Harmon. We do have a chance with no timeouts to run the ball. We'll keep it. Harmon looks back.
Got him.
Green on the hitch at the first down marker. Well, look, jumps over. Is he in? Touchdown, Cashion Wildcats. Ben Harmon to Brexton Green on a 14-yard hitch. Brexton gets it at the sticks and does the rest of the work in for the additional, I can't even count anymore, the 6th touchdown for the Cashion Wildcats here in the first half, and it's your Cashion Wildcats 39, your hometown Watonga Eagles 6 here, and what's turned out to be a huge blowout in Watonga land.
Yeah, Brexton got that ball about the 3-yard line and just kind of made one move and then just stepped on the gas. Got in the end zone. I'm glad he didn't hurdle. He went head first and jumped over and got in the end zone.
Beautiful kick by Christensen. It's up and deep. Added extra point makes it Cashion Wildcats here on Cashion Wildcat TV 40. Your hometown Watonga Eagles 6 with 39 seconds left here in the first half. So, partner, let's keep it here. We'll have chance just to let you guys know, please, if you go away from halftime, you're making a mistake. I know we've got a lot of awesome ads that you want to watch anyways, a lot of great sponsors and advertisers here on CWTV, and we love you. We're going to call you out. But if you leave halftime, you're missing half of the entertainment gift that's given to you here on CWTV. with Lessons with Lane coming up, and we've got our man Clayton Harmon. He's got his glasses. He's doing tallies up to check out Ben's totals and what's happening with the offense. We love Coach Harmon. Clayton Harmon will be here to share a few stories of the past of Cashion's glory. You know, Cashion has a rich football history, and certainly love hearing about it with Lane and with Clayton today at halftime. So please don't go away. So with 39 seconds, Christian Sidorbi, another onside, Chris. What do you think?
I'm telling you, I think that's just our kickoff is an onside. I mean, all it is the kids hustling down there and trying to make a play. A lot of these are just high kicks that the other team just don't know how to get to.
Caught, fair catch. He ran with the ball again. He pays for it because Jacob Farrow says, hello.
Now, what happened was one kid called fair catch.
Right.
The kid that caught it did not call fair catch, and then he got hammered.
And again, so it should have been a penalty. Nonetheless, the runner gets stopped, and with 39 seconds left, Watonga will take over from their own 30-yard line. Cashion with no timeouts, Watonga with no timeouts. I don't know if Watonga, if Coach Maynard says I'll wave the white flag here at halftime or not. My guess is probably no. He may even air it out. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, that's the thing is I think they'll probably run it, get to the locker room and try to make some adjustments. They made great adjustments last week, and he may just say, let's get in have a run here, run the clock down, and then let's go get to the locker room and see what we can do.
Jackson with the keeper. The initial contact looks like was number 34, Jacob Farrow. Guess who? And then go ahead and put Justice on the tally there with the assist on that tackle as he was able to help out my man Jacob Farrow. Get him in the books. Come on, Lane. So here we go. 17 seconds left. Jackson, looks like we've got a flag, false start. That'll stop the clock. Offsides by Cashion. Goodness gracious, another penalty for the Cashion Wildcats. Far from a perfect game. It may take us 10 games to get there. So with the walk-off, that'll be a first down. I'm not sure how many first down it is for Watonga. It may be close to 5 or 6 for them on the game. And so with that, with 14 seconds, the clock should roll here. Bruce Troxel will roll it here any second now.
Or not.
He'll wait for them to get to the line before he rolls it. With 14 seconds left, Jackson in shotgun, trips right. He'll give it up the middle. He'll roll, screen out to 24. DeAndre Dunn runs without it and drops it with the incomplete pass. So with 10 seconds, third down and 10. I don't know. You got to run. If I'm Coach Maynard, I'm just going to have to run the ball. Let's get this half over with no reason to try to pass the ball in this situation. I know that's a pass play that's safe in this situation.
Right.
And,
stop the clock. I mean, let's get something to get into the locker room and make some adjustments if I'm them.
Yep, absolutely. So pistol formation for Watonga. Joe Jackson, who's been running his heart out, A+ for effort. He'll go ahead and give it up the middle. Caden Harrell's there, says no thank you. Camden Maroney says, Caden Harrell, can you let go so I can get a tackle? And with that, it will be the end of the first half where your Cashion Wildcats on the road in district play here on CWTV are up big, 40-6 over the hometown Watonga Eagles. It's been a good one, partner. Hey, guys, hang tight with us. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and we'll have my friend Lane Broadbent, Lessons with Lane, and my man Clayton Harmon with a little lesson to give you back on the glory days of Cashion football. Thanks so much for joining us here. I'm Neiman Ababi, my man Chris Gibson in the booth in Watonga, Oklahoma, here where your Cashion Wildcats are up big.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC. Christy Perry is a Cashion-based attorney providing clients in Oklahoma with trusted, experienced legal counsel regarding wills and trusts, bankruptcy, and other areas of law. Flexible scheduling is available to discuss your options, and your first consultation is free. If you need assistance regarding a legal matter, call your local Oklahoma licensed attorney, Christy Perry, at 918-373-0882.
Hey, it's Chris here. The Cashion Wildcats have a legacy of success. Hard work and being prepared is how that legacy is protected. Home, auto, business, or life, the agents at Gibson Legacy Insurance will do the hard work to make sure you are prepared and your legacy is protected. Call or text me today at 405-283-3947 for your free insurance quotes. Go Wildcats!
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front.
Hey, how's everybody? Lessons with Lane at halftime. I've been wanting to do this interview for about 2 years. I talk to Clayton Harmon all the time. He's a graduate from Cashion in 1979, correct?
79-80, yes, sir.
And this last summer, Larry Mantle, the coach for Cashion in the mid-'70s, passed away. And he was the godfather of Cashion football. Cashion started in 1966 with football, correct?
That's correct.
And they won 5 games in 4 years. They were looking for a coach. Larry Mantle had played basketball at Midwestern State in Texas, and coached. His coach was a guy named Cotton Fitzsimmons that coached in the NBA, coached Pistol Pete. So he was very famous. Larry came to Central State at the time, which is Central UCO now, and Cashion was looking for a football coach. Even Larry didn't even have his teaching certificate yet, and hadn't even done his student teaching. And Hankey, the superintendent at Cashion, talked to him and said, "We're just going to push everything through and make you the coach." And that's kind of where he started. So he started at Cashion. He was about 28 or 29 years old, the way we figured it up. So this is his first coaching job at Cashion. In 1970, they went 4-4-1. So they won more games their first year with him than won almost for the first 4 years of the program. And kind of Larry took him from there. Kind of tell us a little bit about, in I think 1973, they played in the district. You had to win district to go on, correct?
That's right. 8-man was just kind of in its infancy, and there were 4 or 5 districts, so only the winners advanced. Mm-hmm. And if you had a 3-way tie, you did a coin flip to see who advanced. And the first couple of years that Larry had coached us into the playoff position, we were in a tie with either Covington or Ringwood or Jet Nash or Marshall or somebody like that, and they always did a coin flip, and we lost the first 2 coin flips. And Coach Mantle was so upset that he guaranteed that they would never lose another coin flip, that they would never even be in another coin flip, and that was what happened from that day on.
So they kind of moved on and got to 8-2 in 1973 and 74. They were 7-3, and then they really kind of come into their own in the 75-76 season. In 75, they went to the
semifinals. They got beat at Jet Nash. That was kind of the first real season team. They were all seniors: Marty Baker, Ronnie Winans, J.R. Davidson, my brother David Harmon, Bobby Williams, Junior Seaton. A lot of those guys had coached or played with Coach Mantle from freshman on, and so it was kind of his first class, and they had kind of bought into his system, and they had 3 to 4 years of his.
And actually, he had one of the kids on his team that his great nephew plays for Cashion now. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Ray Thorne was on those teams, and Ray Thorne has a great nephew that's on the team today. There were a lot of legacy players from Coach Mantle's days.
Take us to the 1976 team. In 1976, they were state runner-ups, and Larry was quite a character, very driven, very, very competitive. And Clayton has been telling me some stories here the last year that are just tremendous stories. So Cashion used to play Turpin. That was one of the games they played. Tell us a little bit about the Cashion Turpin games, which I think is a really cool thing for the 1970s.
Yeah, exactly, Lane. Cashion Turpin rivalry was a real big rivalry. Started in '74, and it was always the fourth game of the year. It was the last non-district game before district play, and it was always held the last week of the state fair. So Turpin literally would load their buses, drive to Cashion. The Cashion Booster Club, the Touchdown Club, would cook hamburgers and would feed the players and the band and the FFA members. And in some cases, they would even spend the night in the gym and get up the next day and go to the fair and do their fair trip. But Cashion Turpin was a big rivalry, and
Larry Mantle and the Turpin coach were great friends.
Yeah. James Waters was his name. He was a great coach, and Coach Mantle they highly respected each other, and they were great competitors and great.
You were
friends.
telling me on the way here tonight. Tell me a little bit about the Ray Thorne. Ray Thorne was a number 77, a great football player, maybe one of the top 5 football players ever to come through Cashion. Got killed in a car wreck tragically the next year after he graduated, but there's just stories after stories about him. Would you tell a little bit about the story about?
Yeah. There's two that come to memory. I was a sophomore when Ray was a senior, and literally I think everybody was terrified of him. He kind of reminds you of the way the Pharaoh boys hit, and it's just terrifying. And Ray, this particular incident, we were playing Kremlin, and it was 7-8 degrees. It was really cold. There's a north wind. They had lit the trash cans on fire on the sidelines just to keep us warm. And Coach Mantle was in a parka. He had Eskimo mitts on, and Kremlin was driving. We were up 16-7, and time was running out, and they ran a screen pass, and Ray jumped into the middle of the screen pass and was going to pick it off and go for 7 and seal the deal, and he dropped the pass. And Coach Mantle was kind of a Woody Hayes kind of guy. He was very colorful with his language, and he wanted to know why Ray dropped the ball. And Ray yelled at him, "My hands are cold." And so Coach Mantle, in the fit of rage, took his mitts off, threw them out to Ray, and said, "Put them on. You can't catch the ball anyway. Put these on." Well, Ray being upset, takes the mitts and throws them back to Coach Mantle. Well, they hit him just a little bit below the belt. Mantle goes down. Thorne gets up, makes the next 5 or 6 tackles. We win. We're going to state finals. But Ray was that kind of guy, man. He was a competitor and fearless.
And you found out later after that next week that he had.
Yeah, that's right. After that game, we go to finals. We come to find out that he played the last semifinal and the final games with a double hernia. He's just a competitor.
Yeah. In 1976, you thought 1976 team was probably the best team they had.
Yeah.
You go on and on about it. And they were a state runner-up, that team. Kind of tell us what happened in the locker room after they got beat. Well, he had told them that he promised them that they would never.
Oh yeah. Coach Mantle, we got beat by Watonga at Weatherford in the finals, and Coach Mantle had taken the previous year the 75 team to the semis. We got beat. We take the 76 team to the finals. We get beat. Maybe get a little out coached. Watonga was a great team. The Gaskell boys, the Treese boys, they were all great players. And it was just an epic battle. We get beat 32-27. James Baker gets knocked out at about the 1-inch line, going in to score. And Coach Mantle promised us after that game that he would not get out-coached again. And from that day on, we
And Larry Mantle was quite the innovator too. He was unlike most coaches in 8-man and really in 11-man football, that he played a kind of a pro-style offense. Passed the ball around a little bit, and so he was viewed as pretty unusual, correct?
Yeah, he was an innovator. I remember one of the stories he told me early on was that John Slater was the girls' basketball coach, and Larry had talked John Slater into helping him coach football. Well, Slater didn't know anything about football, and Mantle says, "Go out there, turn around 10 yards, do a button hook," and Coach Mantle threw him the ball. Well, it went right through John's hands, hit him in the mouth, knocked his teeth out. Slater picks up the ball, talks tosses it back to Larry and says, I'm not coaching anymore. And so Coach was like, we're going to be 8-man, but we're going to throw the ball. And another thing, if you wanted to beat Cashion back in those days, all you had to do was watch the Cowboys on Sunday before, because whatever the Cowboys and Tom Landry ran, that's what we were going to run. We even had the same cadence, the same stance. You know, if you remember the Cowboys would start out in a 2-point stance, and then about halfway through the cadence, they'd go up and then go down into a 3-point. So Larry was very innovative. We threw the ball everywhere. He came up with a 3-2 Okie monster defense when Ronnie Winans played that, and it was just, I mean, it was unstoppable. And we beat Kremlin the next year in the state finals. We started out that year 1-3.
Yeah, so you guys started out 1-3 in 1977. It kind of felt like everything he had told you in the state finals in '76 was going to be wrong. And so when you guys went 1-3, you had a practice kind of later on.
We got beat by Covington the fourth game of the year, and we started practice at 2:45, and at 7:30 we were still practicing. We had moved from the practice field, which is where the baseball field is now, to our game field. Coach Mennel had turned the lights on and we were still practicing. We had just lined up to run wind sprints, and we had probably run 15 or 20 40-yard wind sprints. And from the back we hear this voice, "How many more, Coach?" And it was Greg Jones. He was a senior punter, running back, great punter, great running back. He yells out, "Coach Mantle, how many more?" Coach Mantle turns, I think his head spun all the way around, and said, "Who said that?" And Greg Jones yells out, "I did, Coach, Greg Jones." And Coach Mantle goes, "What's your number?" He said, "Coach, I'm number 41. He goes, "41 more." Boop, blew the whistle. Didn't give us any comments, nothing. I mean, it was 41 more. And we were off and running. And we had run probably 37 of the 41. And Coach Mantle tells Greg, "You might ought to go ahead and head to the locker room now, because I think the guys that are running are probably going to take in after you." So needless to say, we ran those last 4 or 5 40s about as fast as we could. And as we're charging up the hill to get to the locker room, we see Greg Jones running out to get in his car with his helmet and his shoulder pads on. But Coach Mantle was a great coach and laid a lot of the foundation for what we do at Cashion today.
Right, exactly. You know, he was, like I said, he was kind of the godfather of Cashion football. Without him coming and really developing that program, and he would admit, too, that you guys had athletes, but it takes athletic ability and it takes some coaching, too. And that's kind of what he brought to the table. Fiery competitor, and he went on to Cordell and was very successful there. But
yeah, if he hadn't competed against the Caleb boys from Hobart, he probably would have won 3 or 4 state championships down there. But Hobart was really good.
I talked to his son Garrett on the way here, and he said that I think he went 36-6 at Cordell, and 6 of his losses were to Hobart.
Yeah, they were really good.
Well, this is about all we've got time for, but I could listen to Clayton's stories for the next couple hours. He's got a lot more stories. Hopefully we can get him on here next year or so. And I got some other stories in the 1979 era that's pretty entertaining stories.
Yeah. Thanks, Lane. I appreciate you having me on. And Nima and Chris, you guys do a great job. And keep watching Wildcat TV. It's a great fun.
We'll be back here in a couple minutes.
It was awesome. All right, we're back here. We got Lane here with some stats. We're going to leave the camera on. Nima, he's over with our wireless camera, and he's going through the crowd, trying to get some getting worked up over there. I saw him waving his hands, but everybody's kind of looking at him like, what's going on here? But Lane's going to jump on real quick, and we're going to talk a little stats. You know, that first half, Lane, I mean, it was just slow going there at the beginning and just kind of lackadaisical. Our defense wasn't, playing up to par. And
you can see this happening, too. If you looked at Watonga last week, they got beat by Minko 27-20, and Minko's is pretty decent.
Yeah.
And so these kids saw how we beat Thomas. They knew we dominated them. And so they just thought that we'd come in here and play and dominate the game, which we did. But it was a little bit touch and go there at the very, very first. We just have some men. That Caden Harrell is something else. And I know I say this every year that we haven't had a kid like him, but, man, it's hard to go back and look at a kid that stout. You have to go back to Alec Ryan in the 2006, 2007 era to see someone as strong as him.
Yeah, and the kid, and that's what my son and your son, they're both in 5th grade, and they always talk, who do you think's the strongest kid on the team? And, well, what do you think they say?
Yeah.
Caden Harrell, well, yeah, look how big his arms.
Yeah.
Dad, his arms are bigger than your legs. I'm like, thanks, bud. But, I mean, the kid is just that massive, that big, and he works that hard. And whenever he gets going downhill, man, it's hard for a kid that is 140 to try to jump in front of a kid that's twice his size almost.
I'm a little bit of a fanboy of him myself. I mean, whenever he walks by, I'm like, wow, that's a star.
Yeah.
I mean, he's legit. You see him walking down the hall. I've said this 100 times, but you see him walking in street clothes, and he is all there.
Yep.
So
all right, looking at some of the stats, we got 40-6 at halftime. Lane, do you want to kind of go
our
over
net yards
some
is 282 to 82. The problem we had last week with penalties is really kind of still carrying through. We still have 5 penalties for 41 yards. Them coaches are going to have to, which they've been wearing them out about it, but I'm sure they're going to continue to have halftime talks about that for the rest of the year. But Ben Harmon was 15 of 21 for 215, had 4 touchdowns. He had that one interception where that kid jumped the route pretty easily, and I know he wished he had that to do over again, but Caden Harrell had 7 carries for 69 yards. We're going to see the same thing happen that we see in every single game. 7 carries, 69 yards. Second half, he'll have 3 or 4 more carries for 80 more. I mean,
right.
They'll just move out of the way. They don't want to tackle him.
And I kind of said that in that first quarter. It was a 5-yard run where nobody kind of touched him, and then they came up and popped him. By the end of the game, they're not coming up and hitting as hard as they did that first quarter, and that 5-yard run turns into a 15, 20, a 30-yard run real quick late in the game.
And, that's high school football. You get hit by him one time, and you get up and you're like, I got to do this another 15 times on offense, and I got to do this another 20 times on defense. And it gets the third quarter, and you don't want any more of that.
Yep, it's hard.
Mason Manning still continues to get better every game. You can see him getting so much better, yards after catch. We haven't had a kid like that in quite some time. He had 6 catches for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brexton Green, 5 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown. Brexton Green, they were keying on him. They were kind of wanting to slow him down a little bit, and they have a little bit. But we have a lot of
5
weapons.
yards and 53. I mean,
yeah.
10 yards a catch. I mean, a kid that coming in is somebody that we're going to go to nonstop, and defenses are going to try to double team him and game plan around that kid for him to still have 53 yards in the first half. I mean, that's the success.
Jacob Farrell's the leading tackler with 8 tackles. Caden Harrell has 6 tackles. So, you're getting tackled by him, and then you're getting on offense or on defense, and you're having to go against him run the ball. It's no fun.
Yep. So those are the first half stats. We're going to take a little break here, get some commercials, pay some bills, and Nima will be back in here, and we'll get this second half rolling. Stay tuned to Cashion Wildcat TV. Thanks, sir.
Of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Gateway Realty is a mother-daughter team that has a heart for small-town life. Both Anita and Kelly were born and raised in Cashion and are still raising their families here. Their family homesteaded in Cashion in 1908, and it's been home ever since. Anita and Kelly know this town, love this town, and would love to help make this your home too. For a friendly face and trustworthy knowledge, call these hometown girls at 405-641-7388. Go Wildcats! Cashion Shape Up Fitness is locally owned and operated with no contracts or sign-up fees. Our rates start at only $30 per month, and we have tanning available. Everything you need to work on your health and fitness. So contact Amber Lee to sign up today, 405-538-8248. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Cashion Shape Up Fitness.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
Should we go to the field?
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcat TV here in Watonga, beautiful Watonga, Oklahoma. Thank you so much for checking my mic there. I appreciate it, Chris. I'm Eben Abavi here on CWTV, joined by the best color man in the entire world, Chris Gibson, where we have your Cashion Wildcats leading 40-6 over Watonga Eagles, the hometown Eagles, here in Game 1 of District Play, Week 5, as your Cashion Wildcats 4-0, look to go to 5-0. We've got 24 minutes left to go, and Chris, you guys broke down the stats. We heard from Clayton Harmon. You were absolutely entertained for sure. Hey, Chris, if you think about the second half, if you're Coach Shaq, what's the one thing you want to focus on?
JV, keeping kids healthy.
I love it. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, definitely want to clean up, don't have penalties, all of those things. But at the same time, you want to keep kids healthy and really get
Lagas with the strip, and Gavin Fippen, as my man 7, Chris Sanders was running for his life from Jacob Farrow. So I hear you. So keep it clean, no injuries, no penalties.
Keep it clean. And work on just getting better and doing the right things out there and not getting those penalties. I mean, we say it and Lane said it, you know, I'm sure the coaches harp on them. Let's clean up the game.
Yep.
And because as the playoffs start and you get, you know, to that state championship game, that can make or break you.
Yep. So that is 2 turnovers on kickoffs. Cashion hasn't been able to get a turnover on defense, but they've done it on kickoffs. And so Cashion takes over 1st down and 10 from the 36-yard line of Watonga. Double back set, Harmon in shotgun. Snap, give to Brexton Green, right side. Karen Hill with the seal block, cuts it back in. Brexton Green looking to get outside. He will to the 35-20, cuts back with a hurdle. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Cashion Wildcats, one play, 36 yards. Hey, here we go.
Braxton said, I will not be denied on that play right there. He got to the edge, made a kid miss, put his foot in the ground, and went downhill. And just, I mean, they couldn't touch him. He was just that quick and got to the end zone. Yeah, I mean, and Lane just kind of asked me, was that a pass? No, they handed it off, got around the edge.
It was a double, and you know what? It was a fantastic seal block by Caden Harrell. If he's not rocking with the ball, Man, as a blocker, good night. Good night. Christensen with the kick. It's up, down the middle. It's good, and that's your Cashion Wildcats. Literally 30 seconds in the game in the second half, up 47-6 over the hometown Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, huge play right there, right at the beginning of the half, getting going. And I want to give a little shout-out right here at the first of the second half. Trayton Cordis' birthday is today, or maybe it was yesterday, but they're having a birthday party. They're all watching.
I love it.
And Chuck said, hey, the boys are watching. Give them a shout-out.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Trayton.
Hey, guess who else's birthday is coming up? Ben Harmon.
Ben Harmon.
Yep, and he's looking for his steak dinner. So his mama told me that. So he's earned it tonight. That last touchdown, though, was all Brexton Green around the edge. That was all speed. And certainly, I got to believe they drew it up that way. If you're Coach Maynard in this situation, I guess you got to get the kickoff right here.
He's telling his kids, get out there, buck up, get better. This isn't going to end our season. We're still going to have to get better and compete and try to make it to the playoffs, and that's their goal, is to make it to the playoffs and then try to make a run. And the only way to do that is to get better every single game. And right now, when you're down this far, you're saying, let's get out there, let's use this and get better for next week. And, come week 8 of the season, we'll remember that and say we got better, and we're going to have a chance to maybe get to play them again.
So Jackson on a return. Down deep, of course, your man Jacob Farrow. Joining him, looked like it was Mason Manning. I saw maybe even a Jake Branson sighting down there as well. So good job by Christensen putting it deep. Watonga will take over. First down and 10 from their own 25 here. So first down and 10, 11 minutes left here in the opening quarter of the second half, third quarter. Joe Jackson by himself, 13. Cameron was Zarek coming back out, 5'7", 144 sophomore, out a wide receiver. Blitz is on the outside. Jacob Farrow's in there, cleans up. Nice work there by Farrow. Who else was in there? Was that Cameron? Cameron hit somebody. I don't know who that was, but
the kid is relentless. At the first of that game, they were kind of, getting a little bit on him, kind of direct where they wanted him to go. Now he is just a bullet. He hit the kid and then saw that the quarterback kept it and then just shot in there and slowed him down enough for Farrell to just come through and clean him up.
How many tackles does Farrell have on the night? Like 127?
Farrell
Farrell has literally been in on, I want to say, 80% of the plays. Yeah, 208 tackles sounds about right, Lane.
For the night.
Blitz is on up the middle. Handoff up the middle. Kyler George there with the stand-up tackle. Nice work there by the senior. Hello.
That kid looks like Ryan Baker out there working with the 57 on. Goodness, that kid has gotten better every week, I feel like. And, man, he's a good-looking kid out there on the edge. And that right there, the kid they kind of met up there, and he just overpowered him and got him down.
So that'll bring up third down and a mile, third down and 21, not 21, third down and 14, I apologize, from the 21 for the Watonga Eagles. Spot in the scoreboard. I'm trying to take a look, get an idea of what's going on. Most likely it may be a keeper by Jackson. I guess they'll attempt to pass here. Trips right. Snap, give up the middle, handoff. He's met. On the tackle is Kyler George again, double. My man getting 2 in a row. Kyler George coming down, making the tackle on the running back. And that'll bring up fourth down and 14 on the tackle for loss. With 9 minutes left, Brexton Green's deep. Do you think you're going to punt it? Little fakey again?
I'm thinking they're deep enough right now. They're going to probably say, let's get this back and at least make them work a little bit for a touchdown.
A little bit, maybe more than one play.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a good plan, Chris. Let's see what happens here. Snap is high. Punt is away. It's all end over end. Brexton Green chasing it, doing everything in his power to go get it. He's going to let it go. And nice hustle there by number 40, Dakota Morris, sophomore, down there with the cover. And with that, the ball will go dead with the touch right around the Cashion 44. Well, they'll take over first down and 10 with 8:30 left here in the second quarter.
Lane and I were talking about Brexton, how they were kind of keen on him in the first half and kind of had him roped in, but he still had 53 receiving yards in that first half, which is, I mean, for a guy that everybody knows that's where the ball is going to go, still have that, and then gets in the backfield and takes it to the house first play of the second half.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be denied a no touchdown game. That was going. He's got 2 already. Harrell with the run right side, looking for a blocker. Come on, Wilson, get out of my way. Another stiff arm, ankle tackle, brings him down right around the 40-yard line. Good job by Wilson there on the snap and on the pull. You don't always see a center pulling on that, but Joey's got great wheels, a really athletic kid, and was able to out there, and Caden was like, son, get out of my way, I'm ready to go. So with that first down run, it'll be Cashion ball right on the Watonga 40-yard line now. Double tight end set. We might have a steady dose of Caden Harrell here on this drive. I could be wrong. Harmon. Snap, he'll keep it, he'll roll back to his right, flushed out, he'll throw it away, he's got Nabavi, nice find! Nabavi with a cut and a run, bulldozing himself across the first down. Nice job by Ben Harmon, keeping his wits, finding the receiver, his check down, and Nabavi's able to get the first down, his second catch of the night.
I love it when Nick gets the ball, he turns downfield and is like, I'm not going to dance, I'm just going to run you over. And that right there, I mean, he got hit and pushed him another 5 yards. Good hard run by Nick.
That's a great, another solid weapon there. That's another receiver for Ben Harmon to find. So with that, another first down for the Cashion Wildcats. Got to be in double digits by now. 6:53 left. Harmon in shotgun snap. Screen back out to Lagasse. Lagasse with the tunnel. Cuts it back again. Cuts it up the middle. Has a chance. Got a blocker. Turn on the Jets. And they'll get him down right around the 10-yard line. Nice work by Lagasse, staying patient on that tunnel screen, getting it all the way down the 11-yard line for another Cashion first down.
Yeah, you said it there, the patience of Lagasse right there to kind of let that set up, find your blockers, find some white jerseys to get behind, and that's what he did. And then when he, had that little lane, he hit the gas, got out there, and got a good yardage right there on that little bubble screen.
All right, we've got that dangerous combination. Max Brown checking in for, looks like Brexton, or actually for Lagasse. We've got Brexton Green and Caden Harrell double back set. What do we got here? Shotgun. Keep. Harmon screen out to Brexton on the right, and he drops it. Short-handed Brexton Green was looking to score. You know he was looking to score. But with that, that'll bring up the incompletion and second down and 10 with 5:56 left here in the third quarter.
He knew who was out there blocking and knew that there was going to be a great possibility for him to get in the end zone. And he just kind of started running a little bit before he got the ball in his hand, and you do not see that happen very often from Brexton Green.
Yeah, if you're a defensive coordinator, this is a nightmare. You got to keep your safety in to help with Caden Harrell, and then you got Brexton Green flared out, singled out. It's a nightmare for anybody. So with that motion, give to Harrell. Harrell fumbles it. He's able to keep it, and he'll fall forward, but he'll be right back to the original line of scrimmage. I'll bring up third down and 10 there on the exchange, on the fumble on the exchange.
Yeah, and kind of where I was going with that earlier, talking about Brexton, that first half, he looked a little frustrated. I think he got a penalty. The kid was kind of talking some trash to him, and man, he got that ball.
Down 11 now will be third down and 6. Ball inside the 10-yard line. Offsides. 2-by-2 for Cashion. Snap, fake. Post route, Manning on the slant, touchdown, Cashion Wildcats. Ben Harmon to Mason Manning on the 8-yard slant, touchdown for the junior to junior here with 4:31 left.
Yeah, I think Ben saw that before he snapped it. He knew that Mason was just going to do that quick slant. He caught it, stepped into the pass, delivered it on the numbers, and it was a contested catch there, but Mason Manning is so sure-handed and just brought it down for the touchdown.
So nice work there by Ben Harmon, getting his 4th touchdown, passing touchdown on the day, I believe. Christensen out for the kick, hold by Brexton Green. Kick is up. It's a beaut, end over end, right down the middle, like a surgeon. My bad, Christensen puts it up, and that will be Cashion up big. 54-6 here, 4:31 left in the third quarter. With that, we'll go to a quick timeout, pay for our bills, and be right back here on CWTV. Thanks so much for staying with us.
Sports Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
All right, welcome back to Watonga, Oklahoma. I'm Neiman Abavi. Joining me in the booth is my man Chris Gibson, and it's all Cashion all day, every way. 54-6 here in the third quarter, 4:31 left. Cashion it doing all over the place, getting a couple kickoff, onside kick fumbles. We got a high onside by Christensen. It's caught at the 20. He's got to cuts it back inside. We'll call back in, and guess who? 3-4 with the tackle. Get that guy a Gatorade or something. I don't know. He's earned it. Great job by Jacob Farrow on kickoff coverage yet again. And Watonga will take over after a nice little about 10-yard return right around the Watonga 33-yard line.
I think that's 11 tackles in less than 3 quarters. I mean, that is being everywhere on the field all the time. Great job by Jacob, as always.
Love that kid's motor. All right, so Watonga coming out for their second possession of the half. They lost their first one. Joe Jackson in snap. He'll roll. Justice Broadbent in coverage. Pursuit. Almost gets a tackle. Nababi out there. He'll hang on to him. Actually, Caden Harrell there with the tackle. Nice work there by Caden Harrell. Good work by Justice to slow him down in the backfield, and Kyler George in pursuit as well. And that'll bring up about second down and about 8 here for the Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, that right there, when Justice is 100%, that kid's going to be tackled 5 yards in the backfield.
Amen.
And that's just a glimpse of what he's going to bring to the table as he gets healthier as the season progresses.
So we've got Ace up top, Gavin Phippen all the way over across the side, and we do look like we'll have an off. Kyler George's like, no. Yes, Kyler, you did. But it's okay, baby.
He tried to be sneaky.
It's all right. So with the mark off, that'll make it a second and very manageable for the Watonga Eagles here. Second down and about 1. Second down and 2. We'll give the PA announcer the credit from the 42 of Watonga. Pistol formation for Watonga. Keeper by Joe Jackson. He'll roll left. He's not going to pitch it. Nababi's there. Kyler George is there with the initial tackle. Nice work by the outside linebacker and DN to slow down that left side option play. Linebackers working hard. That's another tackle by a linebacker. Kyler George in there good in the second half as well. I think he's got 3 tackles in this quarter as well. Doing great job off that right side. Brings up third down and about 1. No gain on that play. Maybe 1. From the 42, Joe Jackson working hard. God bless that kid. A for effort. Blitz is on. He'll keep it. Jacob Farrow's there. And that'll be a TFL. If you don't know what TFL is, it means Jacob Farrow's made a play, tackle for loss. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Watonga Eagles all the way back to the 39-yard line. Decision time for Coach Maynard. He looks like he's got a switch on the line. Joe Jackson, who's been doing the punting all night for Watonga, stays out there, quarterback.
And we got Aiden Williams in there at nose guard for
Aiden Williams,
yep.
Energizer Bunny.
And he's doing good. I mean, he's in there bringing it.
Rolling left, looking to pass. Justice Broadbent's there, slowing him down. Backside pursuit. Jacob Farrell there to clean up, 71.
Aiden Williams.
Aiden Williams changes number. The D-line doesn't matter if he's 59 or 71. It's a tackle.
Well, Aiden Plummer.
Aiden Williams, my apologies. Aiden Williams. Yep. Charity's going to punch me in the mouth. My apologies. So Aiden Williams in with the tackle. Great work there by the D-line. He's a junior, am I right?
Yes, junior.
So nice work there by the junior. And that will be a turnover of downs, and it'll be Cashion ball from the 39 of Watonga with 1:30 left. Do we have a sighting? We do have a sighting. That's a JV sighting of Nathan Nabavi. Nathan Nabavi in at quarterback. We've got Jake Branson. We've got Stockton and Brown down the bottom of us. Gilbert and Jace Evans in. Handoff to Branson. He'll go right side. He's got lane. Turns it up. The Jets are on. I love that kid's explosion. Little 7-yard gain there for the sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be a kid that, may not be the biggest kid out on the field, but he is a hard runner. You watch him on special teams, and he is hitting somebody every single time he gets out there.
Amen.
And like you said, he's got that explosion, and he's got that quickness to him. When he sees an opening, he's good for a touchdown, a long touchdown. If he gets just a crease, he's got the speed to get to the end zone.
Cashion 2nd and 4, 36 seconds left. Nabavi in shotgun, Branson to his right. Nathan Nabavi hands off to Branson. Branson is met right at the line. Looks like he maybe will lose a little. Good work there by number 33, Cale Lorenz for the Watonga Eagles, 6'1", 186 junior on the tackle. 44? 40. My apologies. Dakota Morris, outside linebacker.
He got out pumped. I just wanted to.
Yeah, you want to get a tackle now. 5'5", 143.
Made a good tackle.
5'5", 143 sophomore. And with that last play, that most likely will be the end of the third quarter where your Cashion Wildcats hanging half 100. My man Barry Switzer, 54-6 here in Watonga for the Cashion Wildcats here on CWTV. We're so proud and so thankful that you're here. Before we cut to commercial, I want to thank all of our great advertisers and sponsors here in CWTV. We absolutely love you. We love you. You've done great work in the community, and we want to make sure and support you as well, that you're supporting us. Folks like Shape Up Fitness, Amber Lee, your neighbor over there right downtown.
Yep.
Gateway Realty, Kelly and Anita doing a great job of taking care. If you've bought property in Cashion, it's most likely come from those two. Grain and Grange, my man Todd Miller and the Todd Miller Companies. Rural Pest Solutions, Jesse McCracken. We love that guy. He's all over the place killing bugs and pests and raccoons and whatever you got. Give him a call. Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. We love Coach Deese, or Doc Deese. He's taking care of all of our athletes. Coffee Creek Church, Maple Nicks and Diesel Horse, Cashion All Sports. We love our folks at Pioneer out in Kingfisher. Gibson Legacy, of course, Gibson Legacy Insurance. My man Chris Gibson, go see him and get taken care of. Wiggin, Sewell, Ogletree, Community State Bank, our scoreboard sponsors. We love those guys. Leah Harmon, Chad Tishner, Shauna Sunkin, Sarah Smith. Trust Insurance Agency, Blue Ribbon Construction, Absolute Pools and Landscaping, Christy Perry, Attorney at Law, and my man Farrow over at Water Heater Man. So with that, we've got third down and about 5. Clock running. Come on, Nathan Abavi. Clock is running, son. Here we go. Snap. Give to Branson. Left side. He'll cut it outside. He's got a chance. He'll turn it up. Big hit. Nice job there by the safety, number 7, Chris Sanders. And it looks like it will be just short.
Yeah, they are, they're still coming and ready to hit. And I guarantee they're thinking, man, it's nice not to have to hit 9.
Hey, I wouldn't want to hit 22 either, though.
No.
So 4th down and 1. We've got Cooper Frazee and Gilbert down below. We've got Stockton and looks like Max Brown. Nabavi and shotgun. Snap, give to Branson. Branson's got a chance. He'll turn it up. Smart move, and he'll get the first down. Nice work there by the sophomore. Extremely intelligent, hard run. Gets the 1 yard and gets the first down.
Yeah, he knew he only needed a little less than a yard, and he got the ball, went downhill, got the first down, moved the chains.
So with that, it'll be Cashion 1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line of Watonga. It's been on the feet of Jake Branson doing yeoman's work here after the turnover of downs. Clock running, 10:37. We've got Cooper Frazee, and we've got Gilbert, Stockton, and Brown. 2 by 2. We'll get the lineman called out here. I know there's another Branson out there on the line, along with the Tanner Dean. Shotgun keeper by Nabavi. He stumbles, tries to get the outside. Let's see if he can. He's working. He'll get knocked out of bounds. He'll get to the track. Get up, son. You're fine. And
a little
with
road
that,
rash on the track over there.
Maybe he shouldn't stumble next time. So with that, basically no gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and long. That's one of those situations where Nabavi probably says, the edge is not going to be there. I'm just have to put my helmet down and try to get one here. Clock running, 9:55 here. Good effort there by the freshman. We'll get him some Neosporin or something on the backside for that. 10 seconds on the clock. He's got to hustle here. 2 by 2. Branson to the right of Nabavi. 3 seconds on the clock. Snap is there. Give to Branson left side. He'll cut it up. Good effort there. Gets about 2 yards. Actually, they gave Nabavi a yard on that last run. So the ball will be at the spotted right down at the 26. 3rd down and about, we'll give it 8 or 7. 7 or 8. 9:22. Clearly 4-down territory for the Cashion Wildcats. Would love to see the JV team put one in, though. Looks like Watonga is doing some substitutions as well. It's always nice to get young kids an opportunity to play. Friday Night Lights means something special for everybody who puts on a helmet. Down to 7. They got to hustle. Don't want to take a 5-yard penalty here. Looks like they're probably going to have to call a timeout or take the penalty, and they will get the penalty. Motion, Brown, no call. Jet sweep by Brown. He'll turn to the outside. Great block by Gilbert. He'll turn it up to the 20. He'll get moved forward. Thank you, Watonga. And so that'll get all the way down, looks like to the 19 or 18. Max Brown paid for it. But he got an extra yard or 2. So it'll be 4th down and about, we'll give it about 1 yard here. Thankfully, the referees have put the, they've left the, left the
I don't know what happened to the play clock there. I was watching it, and it kind of wigged out there for a minute, and they let him get the snap off.
Gilbert in at tight end. We've got Twins up top, Ace below, Cooper Frazee. Now Bobby and shotgun. This looks like a pass. No, it'll be a give to Frazee, or I'm sorry, to Branson. Branson with a nice cut back up the middle. It'll be enough for the 1st down.
Another
good job
hard
there
run
by the sophomore. He's earned it.
Yep. Another good hard run there. Like I said earlier, I mean, he knows I've only got to get a couple yards. I'm going to put my head down and get them, and that's what he's done there.
So the Cashion JV here, positive yards on every play. Get it all the way down to the 17. Looks like the 17-yard line. Clock running 7:38. They've had the ball for about 6 minutes now with a running clock. Starting back in the 3rd quarter. Nathan Nabavi, brother of Nick and Alex, in shotgun, the freshman quarterback. Branson to the right of him. Seth Gilbert at tight end. Snap. Give to Branson left side. He's got a seal block by Stockton. He'll curl it up. Positive yards for the sophomore.
Good 4-yard run there. I mean, I think he was going to try to get to the edge. He saw that there was a little daylight there. Went downhill, got a good 4-yard run, maybe 5 on 1st down. And, right there, that's all you need when you're running that hard and they're giving you opportunity. Take it, get the 4 yards, 5 yards, and be in good position on 2nd down.
Amen. Nick Jolliffe being replaced by Hunter Gibson, freshman for freshman. Looks like we've got Cooper Frazee. Any chance for a pass here, partner? We're going to see Nathan Abavi and his golden arm. Shotgun, give to Branson. That's a no. Great block by Stockton again. Great job there by the corner coming up, or the safety, I should say, coming up making the tackle on Branson. And that'll bring up 3rd down here for the Cashion.
Now we'll see the golden arm of Alex, not Alex.
Yeah.
Nathan Nabavi.
We'll see. I know his brother Alex is watching. He asked me, Dad, are you guys?
The few times that I've got to see him throw the ball I haven't got to go watch him play actual JV games, but the couple times I've seen him throw the ball, he's got an arm and he's put it on the money every single time.
Let's see if you've jinxed him there. Let's see what happens here. So we've got Cooper Frazee by himself. 3rd down and 7 from the 14. 5:57 left here. Snap, give to Branson. He'll cut back up the middle. Nice little secondary cutback. Good extra effort there by Jake Branson to get it all the way down, it looks like, to about the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and about 3. Coach Eric Robinson with the call here. I doubt that they let Nabavi keep it here. Probably another run by Branson. Let's see if the line can hold up.
Yep. Lane's over here with his 3 fingers up, and he's saying give it to 3. But they've got him split out. Max is such a quick kid. You'd think maybe they'd get on that edge, but Branson's been doing a great job. Let's see if they give it back to him.
Nabavi's hands on the towel. Let's see what happens here. It's a give to Branson, and he'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And that's is that number 40? Is that our man?
Yep.
Number tackled by Dakota Morris, sophomore, 5'5", 143, outside linebacker. Good work. And what was a very positive drive for the JV there, getting it all the way down to the 10-yard line, will finish with a 4-yard loss out to about the 14 or 15-yard line on turnover of down. So with that, Watonga will take over. 5:04 left here in the fourth quarter. Cashion up comfortably, 54-6. I know Chris, he mentioned to me, he'd like for that score to stay there. He'd be pretty close. My man, let's take him to Vegas. If there was ever a high school line for gambling, we'd be making tons of money with my man Chris. So Watonga
maybe there is a hot dog line that nobody knows about.
So Watonga coming out with running back Chris Sanders, the freshman, the future of Watonga football. He'll be out there at quarterback. He's done great work at running back, definitely in the first quarter as well. He'll keep it fumble on the exchange. He'll keep it Branson there with the tackle. Nice job there by Jake Branson, sniffing out Chris Sanders there for the short gain of about 1 yard, 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, that's something I didn't realize was Chris Sanders, number 7, is a freshman. I mean, he's been in the whole game, and he stuck his head in there.
I think he got that interception, didn't he? Or
Yeah,
was that
and then that big hit that was on the sideline with Mason Manning, that was him, and he wasn't as scared. I mean, he didn't back down. He's going to be a good player for Watonga for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see him on the basketball court. So 2nd down and 8, 4 minutes left here. Ball in the 17. We've got a kind of an inverted diamond. We got a double pistol behind Sanders. He'll go ahead and keep it. He'll run. Good pursuit there by the Cashion Wildcat. Cooper Frazee there. He has a chance. And Max Brown hanging on. Hang on, son. So it looked like we had Tanner Dean on the initial pursuit. Had the chance. I thought he was going to get him. Good speed there by Sanders to get the outside, and that's a big first down for the Watonga Eagles.
Yeah, 54, Ryan Yandell for the Wildcats was out there and about had him in the backfield, and the kid just had some speed, got around him, and got up the field. And then we had some arm tackles. Got to get in there and pop him and bring him down. He's not going to go down just with a few arms on him. You're going to have to get your body into him and wrap up and bring him down.
Lewis Mata, senior running back in 5'10", 193, and with the call into Chris Sanders, who is getting a well-deserved blow.
Yeah, they
304.
They have 112 yards on the night, and that was 31 of them right there.
Branson with the hit, cleaned up, looking for the fumble. Brown along with, who is that? Is that Gilbert? Sure is, my man. Seth Gilbert. Yes, Jake Branson with the initial hit, and Gilbert with the cleanup. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 7 here from the 50-yard line. Good job by the linebackers there for the Cashion Wildcats. Almost got the ball as well. Looked like they had a chance on the strip.
Yeah, until that last long run play there by Sanders, I think they had negative yards rushing in this second half.
Goodness. Come on, JV. Get it back. Sanders with the snap. He'll give it up the middle. Nice job. In with the tackles, number 75, it looked like. Is that who I saw? Is that 76? My apologies. Thank you, spotter. Tommy Branson, the brother of Jake Branson, freshman. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman. I know his daddy and mommy are cheering for him right now. We love Tommy and glad to see him get that tackle.
A great family. Jeremy Branson's a great cook.
Great
cook for
cook.
me last week.
That was a fantastic sandwich.
Yes, sir. Did a great job.
You know, things taste better over at Gibson Legacy Insurance. I can tell you that right now. One of our great sponsors and one of the best color guys and high school score predictors that we've got around. So it looks like Yandell looks like he's got an equipment issue. He'll check out. Coming in for him will be freshman Hunter Gibson. They call him Gibby. You know why they call him Gibby?
Tell me.
Because his last name is Gibson.
Oh,
and that's how it works. That's how it works. And so with that, we've got 1:32 left on the clock. 54-6. Cashion in comfortable control. 3rd down and 1 for Watonga. Chris Sanders saying, "Can we run a little bit more clock? I am tired."
The kid has played hard.
Yes. Kudos to him and credit to him. They're going to work the clock. Some of the Watonga fans are saying, hurry. We get it. Sanders will keep. He'll go right side. Nathan Ababi with the initial hang. And with the cleanup, who was that? Is that Cooper Frazee? It sure was. Freshman, number 1, Nathan Ababi and Cooper Frazee coming in from the safety spot. Get the tackles. Nice work there by the guys.
Yeah, and Frazee came downhill hard there and cleaned that up good. I mean, had good speed, quickness coming in to make a cleanup tackle.
that's the one thing about Nabavi and Frazee, even watching them in youth CASA football. Those kids, again, kind of like we talked about with Broadbent, they don't weigh as much, but they play a lot bigger, and they love to hit. And certainly that'll be a duo at safety they'd like to see for a while back. So Watonga, first down and 10 with the first down. Sanders, he'll go ahead and he'll hand it off. No holding call. He'll get the cut outside. He'll have a chance. Can we hold him? Can we hold him? It looks like Max Brown with the effort, but that'll be a touchdown. For number 30, Lewis Mata, the senior running back, making good work
Hold on,
there.
Let's see. Was that number 3 or 30?
I thought it was 30.
Yeah.
5'10", 193, senior running back, inside linebacker. It was Max Brown with the eventual chase down, but it was too late. And with 20 seconds left in a huge run, Watonga is able to get a second touchdown on the game. Sanders, he'll go and give it up. There's still a bottle. Flags have been put away. It's okay. It's all right. No worries. 2-point conversion is no good as the Cashion defense bows up. And with 20 seconds left here, live from Watonga, Oklahoma, it's your Cashion Wildcats on CWTV, powered by Squirtle 54, and your hometown Watonga Eagles 12.
They'll run the clock.
And with that, we've got a clock running, and we've got the end of the game. So, partner, you called 56-7. I'm sorry.
Man.
I'm sorry, but pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. And with that, your Cashion Wildcats will move to 5-0 on the season. In district play, picking up their first win in district play is the most important play that you can have. Go 1-0 in district and look to go to next week. We have homecoming. But before we talk about next week, quick thoughts here on the game before we go to a quick commercial.
Well, big game last week. Huge, crowd there. A big build-up. Took care of business last week. Came into this game kind of maybe just a little bit of overlooking them, not caring. I mean, I think they cared. It was just more of a letdown from last week, and kind of got to a slow start. And just weren't doing everything right on defense, and let them kind of have a big drive. But after that, it was shut down defense. Didn't let them have anything else after that. I'd love to see what the stats are, and we'll look later on. But after that very first drive that they drove down and scored on, I bet they probably didn't have 10 yards total until that last drive when the JV was in there. But I think in the second half, before the JV got in there, I think they had negative yards going into that fourth quarter.
Fantastic win. Slow start, as you said, partner, but you know what? Just like in true fashion in 2020, this Cashion Wildcat bunch says, all right, we'll put it in second gear. We'll take care of this business, and they sure do, putting up a big number on the Watonga Eagles, 54-12, moved to 5-0, and congratulations to Coach Shackelford picking up win number 1 here in district play. We'll go to a quick timeout. We'll run through some commercials. Hang tight as we got our man Lane Broadbent with our final stats on the night, and we'll close it up and get out of here and get back to beautiful Cashion, Oklahoma on a beautiful night here in Watonga, Oklahoma as your Cashion Wildcats win big.
Have a pest problem? Call Rural Pest Solutions today. We offer as-needed services as well as a variety of treatment schedules. We're family-owned and operated, and we specialize in treating life's smallest problems: spiders, ants, roaches, termites, mice, and more. For both residential and commercial, we're ready to solve your pest problems today. So call Rural Pest Solutions in Cashion, 405-238-6565. Proud supporter of Wildcat athletes.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
All right, welcome back to Watonga, Oklahoma, as your Cashion Wildcats, number 1 in the state. We'll say it when number 1. Why not?
Yeah.
Squirtle says number
Cashion
1.
Wildcat TV.
We'll go number 1 as they move to 5-0 on the short season, the COVID-19 season, and certainly win big tonight, 54-12 over the home team, Watonga Eagles. So we got our man Lane Broadbent in, the man with the numbers. He's going to crunch it with his Raiders hat. Raiders, big win this weekend. That was a nice win.
They're for real.
They are for real. I believe it. I believe it. And if you say so, I believe it. So, Lane, how about some quick numbers in terms of the night here for the
Cashion
Cashion
had
Wildcats?
393 total yards compared to Watonga's 165. You guys talked about that in the fourth quarter. It's hard to know kind of what kind of stats Watonga had. You'd had to look back at the game stuff and look at the stats. But they had 60, 80 yards the last 4 minutes of the game. We dominated. Really, it felt like we were going to be in a little bit of trouble at the very, very first. But man, once we kind of
you didn't really believe that. Did you believe that?
Well, it's a typical game where we dominate Thomas last week, and you come in here and you think we'll just throw our hats out there and we're going to win it. And Watonga come out to play a little bit, but they just couldn't match what we have. And that's what we've been saying for the last month. We've got 4 or 5 men on this team, and they are men, and Watonga wasn't wanting any more of it after about the first quarter. Ben Harmon had 18 attempts for he was 18 of 25 for 251. He had 5 TDs with 1 interception. Jake Branson had 10 carries for 17 yards. He had the most carries of the game. Caden Harrell had 9 carries for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's a beast. Braxton Green really came alive in that second half. He had 2 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown. That one touchdown was 36 yards. He also had 5 catches for 53 yards. Caden Harrell had 2 catches for 80 yards. Mason Manning had 7 catches for 97 yards. You guys went on and on about Jacob Farrow. He's some kind of player. He had 12 tackles. Caden Harrell had 7. Max Brown had 5. So you kind of see as this game went along, we saw some of them kids that we hadn't got to see all year long play. Got to have some playing time, and we're going to see some kids step up here the next couple of years, and that's what happens when you have a great program. You just keep on coming with better and better, or more and more athletes coming along.
Fantastic. So from a perspective of the game outside, any negatives that you saw from the stat line that stand out for the Cashion Wildcats?
Our penalties are still a little bit of a problem, and that drives coaches crazy whenever that happens. Really, that's about the only thing that I see that they can really clean up. As long as we don't have catastrophic injuries, we're going to be all right the next 4 or 5 weeks.
All right, so Lane, thanks so much for that rundown. It's kind of an abbreviated segment for us today. I'm not going down and hugging my kids. We do have Coach Shack. There he is. There's the man, victorious on the night. He's got his backpack on, going to school. So, Coach, come on in, have a seat, grab a mic. Lane and I were just breaking down the final stats of the game. But as you get set up and catch a breath, and we'll get you off mute, first impressions of the game. It was a big win, but what stood out to you?
I thought we were pretty bad for the first part of the first quarter. After that, I thought we settled down and played pretty well, but it was kind of ugly there for a while.
But couldn't you see that happening? You kind of saw.
No, we talked about it. I mean, we talked about it all week. We talked about it last Friday after the Thomas game that, for the next few weeks we were going to have to self-start ourselves and not wait on the hype or all of those things to get us going, and we didn't do it very well tonight.
Well, but in true Cashion fashion, you and Coach Wood straightened it up. You got it cleaned up, got it taken care of, and it was a monstrous second quarter. I think 5 straight possessions where we scored, and we had Jacob Farrow tearing it up on kickoff returns as usual. Certainly in all 3 phases of the game, special teams with Christensen on the kickoffs and point afters. You've got coverage, offense and defense coming in. It ends up being a ho-hum 54-12 victory.
Yeah, no, I thought from the second quarter on we played pretty well, and we were able to do some things that we haven't done in a while. We haven't turned anybody over like that in a while. We haven't covered kickoffs and been able to to get some recoveries. And the thing I liked the most is we were able to, with about 2 minutes left in the half, I think we scored twice.
Yep.
So we were able to use some timeouts and get the ball back. I think they ended up turning it over, which kind of helped us.
Yep.
But just things like that we don't. I mean, we can't replicate that in practice, and we haven't had a lot of those opportunities so far this year. So to be able to do some 2-minute stuff and play some hurry-up stuff was good, and hopefully it'll help us somewhere down the road.
So, I've been impressed with your kids that are growing up, your Mason Mannings and your Camden Maronis and your Jackson Vander. If them kids, you can see them growing in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and we talked about, and it seems like it happens every year, and you can almost, you could probably start picking out some guys right now that will fit that role next year. But we talked about at the beginning of the year, we thought Camden was going to be a problem for people because we couldn't block him in practice. And then Jackson Vanderf has been a problem. He didn't even know what he's doing. He's just playing. I mean, half the time he's lined up wrong. He does a technique wrong, but you just got to kind of let it go right now. And Mason's really good.
Yeah.
To be, I don't know what he is, 6 foot, 195 pounds, but I think he benches 370 and squats, I don't know, over close to 500 pounds. I mean, those kids at this level just don't exist a whole lot. So he's an issue for people, and you can see. And they do the same thing with Jacob a little bit. But you can see that people, whenever they game plan for us, the game plan of, well, we're just going to take our wide out, we're going to go block this outside linebacker, looks great on the board and looks great on paper. But it doesn't look great when your wide out has to go deal with those two.
And we haven't had a kid like Manning since really Josh Hampton, kid that get yards after catch and kind of push people down. And he's
him and Brexton both, once they get the ball in their hands,
watch out.
Or a whole different kind of problem for people.
So we got Lane here. It was good to see number 20 out there playing for you. So that's a nice addition to the defensive side. And when you add all that up, and you've got 115-6, yeah, nice work. When you add all that up, I mean, Coach Wood has got this defensive clicking right now. So as you think about going into district play, at least on the defensive side, what are some of the things that you guys will be working on? Not just opponent-wise, but just in general for yourself in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I think what we would like to do on both sides of the ball is develop as much depth as possible. That's something that we've had over the last few years, is the ability to rotate guys in and play more than 13 or 14 kids, which is kind of typical in Class A. We've had years where we just had 22 players on the team, so you couldn't play more than 12 or 13 kids. So it's a lot more fun when you have some depth. So that's something that we'll be working towards as we move forward. And guys like Justice will help us with that, because he's going to have to play, because last year at the end of the year, he may have been our best or second best defensive player. So we're going to have to find ways to get him back in the game, and that's going to mean that maybe we move Mason out, or maybe Mason gets a break, or maybe we run an odd stack more than we run a 3-4. So there's a lot of things that we'll look at, and a lot of it will be based on who we play. I mean, next week we're going to play the flex bone, and so we'll be a little different than we were tonight or what we were against Thomas.
So we look at the stat board. One thing that definitely stands out to me, Ben Harmon, 18 for 25, 251. He had 5 touchdowns to 1 interception. I know he'd want that one first pass back at front. We give credit to the DB there on that break on that play. It was an extra effort on his part. What would you say? We've been talking about his growth this year, his ability. Like, I think that play that was a fumble that he was able to roll out, hit Nick Nabavi out for what ended up being a first down. He's been a lot more calm in the pocket, I would say. What do you think his biggest growth has been from his sophomore to junior year?
I think a lot of it's just that, and I don't know if Ben's figured out that, hey, I've started 20 football games at this point. I mean, close to that, which is kind of unheard of. I mean, he's played 2 seasons of football in a year and a month. So I think there's a little bit of that. I think I said this last week to I think the Squirtle guys. I think if you put a truth serum in him, the weight of not having 17 seniors on your shoulders.
Right.
Probably helped him as much as anything. Just, last year he was the only new guy. He was the only new starter in the most important position, some would argue. And I think that weighed a lot on him. I thought he played really well all year last year. But I think you can just see there's a little bit of just a calm that's on him now that wasn't there last year.
Yep.
Now, he's not afraid to, throw it to the wrong guy or drop a snap or that kind of stuff. But I think overall he's been, the best way I can describe it is a lot more calm than he has been in the past.
And he's pretty deceptive. He is a lot more athletic.
No, he is
on the field. Yeah. Look on the field, standing down there than he is up high looking at him. On film. He's like, yeah, he's all right. But you get out on the field, he can run.
Yeah, he can run, and when he's fundamentally sound throwing the football, he's as good as anybody we've had. So it's just getting him to do that as consistent as possible. And I think the thing that helps him a whole lot is we can throw it 8 yards and somebody can go 80 yards.
Yeah. It's a matchup nightmare. We were just talking about the fact that a lot of these folks, a lot of the teams that you're playing are going to have to game plan to stop Caden Harrell, which means bringing extra people in the box. And then when that happens, those screens and those flares definitely come to fruition to work well for you when you've got great kids that can block downfield as well and match up. It's just it's been fun watching. I can tell you that, and I know the guys next to us probably aren't big fans of Cashion Wildcat TV because we do a lot of hooping and hollering and enjoying the game. So, Coach, we're gonna let you go. Great job tonight. Lane, anything else before we let Coach get out of here?
I was demanding that you win tonight. I was going to have your job if you didn't win tonight. That's what I threaten him every time. Before every game I go by him, I say, you better win tonight. So.
Well, Coach, you're on a roll. We appreciate it. 1-0 in district play, very important. 5-0 on the season. You've got homecoming next week against OCA. You talked about the flex bone. We'll be looking to break that down here for you. But congratulations. Really appreciate you coming up and helping us out.
Yeah, appreciate it. No problem.
Hey, that's Coach Lynn Shackelford here on CWTV, one of our great sponsors and mentors here. We can't do this without Coach Shack and Coach Hardaway and Sammy, and really appreciate it, and really just the power of Squirtle.com. We'll go to a quick commercial. Be right back here with final thoughts. Thanks so much for joining us here on CWTV.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC. Christy Perry is a Cashion-based attorney providing clients in Oklahoma with trusted, experienced legal counsel regarding wills and trusts, bankruptcy, and other areas of law. Flexible scheduling is available to discuss your options, and your first consultation is free. If you need assistance regarding a legal matter, call your local Oklahoma licensed attorney, Christy Perry, at 918-373-0882.
Hey, it's Chris here. The Cashion Wildcats have a legacy of success. Hard work and being prepared is how that legacy is protected. Home, auto, business, or life, the agents at Gibson Legacy Insurance will do the hard work to make sure you are prepared and your legacy is protected. Call or text me today at 405-283-3947 for your free insurance quotes. Go Wildcats!
All right, great timing there from Gibson Legacy Insurance right there, breaking
right on
cue.
time.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It was a great night of football for the Cashion Wildcats. Slow start. Definitely give credit to Watonga Eagles. They came out to fight and win, but it was all Cashion all day, all night with a huge 54-7 win. Chris, any final thoughts before we break it down and let everyone go home?
Well, like you said, 1-0 in district. These are the games that count. We had a huge non-conference schedule, got through that unscathed, but that doesn't matter if you don't win district games.
That's right.
Big win here, big first district game. Let's keep this ball rolling and just take care of business.
So we'll have stats for you guys and breakdown and recap over the next couple days here via Twitter. Thanks so much for following us on Twitter and Facebook very much. Definitely thanks for joining us here tonight. We look forward to keeping you guys on the road with us, either at home or on the road. If you can't make it, we'll definitely be there. We got you covered, and really appreciate you joining us. We want to thank all of our great sponsors as well. They do a fantastic job for us, letting us make sure that we have a chance to air, and of course our administration, Coach Shack, Coach Hardaway, that pay the bills that allow us to make sure and come out here. So for that, I'm Neiman Ababi, and for Chris Gibson, we're so grateful for you all joining us here on a great night where Cashion goes up big, wins big, 54-12 here in Watonga, Oklahoma, moved to 5-0 and hopes to retain their #1 ranking here in Class A. Thank you so much for joining us here. God bless and go Cats.